is filled with sadness. When words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together.
Rivaldi in potere. Oh my god!
Damn! Yo! He's acing it! He's acing it!
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Only one country to take it all. To show the others who is truly the king of Nordic.
You can qualify into the King of Nordic by visiting one of our partners. Sweden, SwedishProLeague.se. Finland, CSGOFinland.fi. Denmark, esport.dk. And Norway, Gamer.no. This match is brought to you by Cooler Master.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Norwegian qualifiers. We do have this first game in the quarterfinals. That is going to be MXD Monkeys versus Abrotos. And once again, I am here. I'm casting for you. You're used to hearing my voice here when I'm casting Counter-Strike. But I'm not here alone, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to Insanity. Welcome, dude.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Once again, we've been casting at least one game. So those of you who were in here earlier during the Danish qualifiers, you know that Insanity was going to join us. But for those of you who don't know, Insanity's here, and he's going to be staying for the whole qualifier. This 3 matches that we are going to be seeing. But and you have, what is it, 2 teams that you like to follow? Not follow, but like or no?
Yeah, so I cast Fluence's games whenever I can, especially during their league season, and then, or their Counter-Strike season. And then I also play a lot with the people that's currently playing in C-Line Web. Just pugs stuff. So, yeah, got those 2 teams.
Yep. So we have already made our predictions on how everything is going to go for tonight. Who's going to be in the finals and all that sort of stuff. But we could start with what we're expecting from this game at least, or from the quarterfinals perhaps. Or I mean, at least this game. I'm expecting a win here from MXD. Obviously, Abrotos I haven't really heard of. I don't recognize any players either. So for me, it's a little bit mysterious, mystery about how Abrotos is gonna be playing. But I do know obviously the MXD, so to speak, with United. Johnny Jigglepig usually don't play in this team. There's actually a standing from Mango Papaya and a Wath Troke. I'm not sure who that is. That's weird. And Mentals obviously playing as well. So I expect MXD to win this one.
I don't really have that much knowledge. I do also expect MXD to take this. If I don't recall too badly, I've played against the Abrotos. I'm not sure if that was online or on LAN. And if I recall correctly, I think we won that. What their current level is, I don't know. So we might have a really exciting first game. And I hope that we do, because it's a lot of fun to watch and also cast close and good games. But yeah, I do also think MXD should take this game.
Yep, and I also get some information that Troke is a new player for, well, Judas Yengen or MXD, whatever you want to call them. And he's going to be replacing Strope, who was playing before for this guy. Afava is a Norwegian aim god. Alright, so Abrotos is going to be having an aim god on their side. That's, you know, not worrying at all. But again, we were talking about it. You joined me during the Danish qualifying finals. I'm gonna ask you a all similar question as I did before. What do you think of Dust 2? What are your opinions?
Right, so Dust 2 is like the Norwegian holy ground. There's a lot of Norwegian teams that like Dust 2, and there's a lot of different ways to play Dust 2. I think if we're gonna talk meta on Dust 2, I definitely think we're gonna have to watch out for Long and how both teams play that, and also the mid control. I think it's still slightly CT favored, but Norwegian teams are known for doing well on the terrorist side, so it's gonna be exciting either way.
All right, let's get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be seeing the 9th round. And it's going to be interesting to see what will happen throughout all of this, since we are obviously... I got to be honest, though, Insanity. You did say that Norwegians like to play Dust 2. I got to be honest and say I haven't seen a lot of Dust 2 in the Norwegian qualifiers.
That might be very true. I don't have a statistic on that. I just know that there's a lot of veteran CS players, especially 1.6 and Source, that really enjoy Dust 2.
Now with the 9th round, obviously it looks like it's going to be going in favor for MXD. All depends on, yep, the Troke is going to be able to find a Shadow as the last remaining man, and that means the MXD Monkeys is going to be able to start on the CT side if they so choose. Now we have had a little bit of memes sometimes. United is one of those players that, well, he's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. He's a fun guy to watch, but he's also an IGL, also a main AWPer, also main rifler, entry fragger. He's everything, just so you know. It depends on what mood he's on. And he's apparently also the biggest rival of this team.
Looks like we're gonna have that early long control here on the T side. Deep CT smoke. Gonna make the cross easier. Doesn't look like the CT is very set up for this, so it might be a quite easy side, although the short players are gonna be contending.
Here we go. Johnny Jiggle peek through this smoke is going to be able to do a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Troke is going to be looking for that first frag. Bomb is going to be planted. They do, however, leave Volt on towards Long, so there is going to be a little bit of a damage or a challenge later on. But look at Pop Molly, and Afava is going to be able to find a couple of frags here. Turns it into a 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1. But here comes United. Gets 1. It's going to be on 1 and 2. Now, Afava down on low HP, but is still in a good position to be able to challenge here. United is still on 100 HP. Is going to be taken down. That's Abrotos picking up the first round.
Looks like the CTs was actually planning for an A retake. It kind of happened the way they planned it. It just seemed like the retake wasn't exactly up to par, and yeah, good round by Abrotos.
I'm sorry, this stupid cat got stuck in my computer. Started screaming. Jesus Christ, my heartbeat is up at 10,000. United, it's going to be able to get 2 franks. Just Pow has been able to find a trade, but United still got to be going aggressive, being able to find a third there as well. They're going to be looking for more. Actually going to be able to pick up an AK-47 there as well to work with. Johnny Jiggle peek with a... Well, I don't usually see this revolver, and it mess ups the HUD, but sure. It's a revolver.
It's a fairly clean round from MXD, and considering, you know, the terrorist won the first one, it seemed like they went for the long range fights on long and just ended up losing the duel. Maybe they should have played a bit slower. I mean, you could argue both sides here, but definitely a good round by MXD.
Indeed, and also they're going to be able to have 2 AKs from that round, which is obviously going to be helping them out in this round, facing off against mostly pistols here. Obviously, Shadow's going to be picking up a scout to work with. Here we go with a little bit of damage here on towards just Pow. Shadow out towards mid with a scout, actually going to be able to do some damage. Zero Wolf is going to be taken down to 12 HP, decides to fall back, and I think that's a smart idea. Now he throws down a Molotov to give himself a little bit more space, but still, it looks like Abrotos is actually going to be able to start things off pretty well. They should be able to get mid control here at Santi.
Yeah, it looks like a mid control and also a possibility for a split. The issue right now is the lack of smokes. Looks like Abrotos is just going to try and go for damage early fight, see if they can get a pick and snowball off of that.
Does a little bit of damage, not going to be enough. Looks like the terrorist or Abrotos is going to be a little bit keen on actually going aggressive towards short instead. They're going to be picking up the bomb, but the CT's still just holding down positions. I'm not really sure. I think United is down towards mid, right? Or is CT spawn? And that's exactly where the push is going to be happening as well with Sensi.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to go for that B push, but hasn't really worked out. Loses quite a few members in mid. Without that initial smoke, it gets hard. Even United here pushing a bit aggressive into mid. Gets taken down. Shadow low. Retreats back. It's only Shadow 5 HP and a scout. It's not looking grand.
MXD says it's going to be able to do a lot of damage here, especially Mentals unfortunately went down in there for them. But the truck still going to be able to find a trade immediately, so MXD picks up the second round here on the board. You can see United picking up SMG now. I think Mentals might be doing the same. They're actually picking up the M4, so they do know that they're going to be facing off against pistols, but at the same time, they just want to make sure they just have to hold their defenses, make sure to build some sort of a bank, and I think United might be going aggressive this round just to make sure to get as many kills as possible with the SMG.
Looks like a long push here. It's going to be a rough one. Shadow does get the entry, pushes forward. 1 for 1 so far. CT gets another one. Goes for the third. United with the MP9 making work. Terrorist, however, getting 2 frags. Definitely finding an entry. Got a low player on car. Going to be pushing into the hard point here. Takes a peek, swings wide. Doesn't get anything for his troubles quite yet. No, that's his player that. Might expect 1 car. Does he swing? Does he check it? Alright, what do you get here? Gets 1, swings wide. Gets taken down. Bull keeps going onwards. Takes the peek and goes down. Good round for MXD. However, they do lose 2 rifles to a very, very low buy by Abrotos.
Yeah, indeed, and that is not going to be a positive thing now. Shadow's going to be able to pick up the AWP here as well. We've seen a little bit of glimpse of what he can do with a sniper, and obviously with a scout, he's been able to find a couple of frags doing a lot of damage as well. So I think that with this AWP now that he is holding or is in possession of, I think is going to be dangerous against MXD. But I guess we just have to wait and see. Right now, this 2-player boosted. United and a Wath is going to be standing on short here. They might be able to get an early kill here as Pop Molly. It's actually going to be going underground. Let's see if he's going to be able to go in for the first kill. No, actually, it takes his time. That's smart because he does have help coming out from mid. Just Pow is going to be joining him to try to see if something's going on short.
It's a very slow round here. Terrorist even losing 1 player early on in mid. They have that extra player long. Looks like they might try and favor A, but MXD is really set up for this, and it's going to be a really hard take anyway, rotating in 1 extra long here, taking the peaks. Not really sure what Abrotos has as a plan here. I think it's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle from here on out.
I gotta be honest, I think the first thing that their plan is about is just to find an entry. Now that they've been able to find an entry, you're gonna be able to see movement immediately. 45 seconds on the clock. They find a second as well. Now they're gonna be heading out towards mid, probably. No, actually they're going towards short. Let's see if Awath is gonna be ready for this. It's gonna be able to find the first one. It's gonna be John and Jiggle Pick as well, being able to find Alfalva out towards long. And they're still playing it safe, still playing it very casually. And you can see Pop Molly still gonna holding the angle. Awath is gonna be taken down. He's gonna be looking for a second frag as well. But Johnny Jigglepick still in a good position here to be able to just keep the terrorists back from planting the bomb at least. And the Troke now is gonna be joining in now.
Troke gets the first frag. Rotation is deep. I don't think Pop Molly is expecting this. Oh, did he hear him? Yeah, he did. Gets the frag as well. I'm not sure if Abrotos actually meant to go A there, or if that was maybe just a missed call in the fact that they do end up attacking the strong point of MXD despite getting the 2 entries. Objectively, probably the wrong call, but it did end up working out, and, you know, great round, great shots.
They did, however, lose a lot of money. So once again, it's going to be a very important round here for Abrotos. And you can see they're going to be going quite aggressive here towards the B side as well. A good Molotov from the CT, but there's going to be smoked off. Here's the Troke. He needs to find a lot of frags in a short amount of time. He gets 2 at least. And that is going to be helping out a little bit. Now it's a 4 versus 3 retake on towards the B side. You can see on the weaponries, though, Insanity, I mean, they don't have the weaponry, perhaps, to go in for the retake, but they kind of have to in order to get more money on the board.
It's a bit of a tricky retake. We can see it initiating through the smoke here. Terrorist going to get 1, traded out. Just a trade game so far, trading well. CT's 2v2, gets 1 more, 1v1, smoke. It's going to be paying mentals. Can you get the frag hit? No, goes for a change in weapon. Probably not the greatest idea. Just Pow gets the kill. A bit of a tricky retake. As you said, the weaponry not entirely on their side, and now Abrotos really standing in a good place when it comes to economy. It's going to be exciting. The next few rounds are going to decide quite a bit.
Indeed, indeed. Well, first of all, United's going to be picking up the C set. We can see mostly USPs actually on MXD, and Flame 7 is going to be picked up here from Troke. Looks like they might be going aggressive here. I'm not really sure. There is somebody in around the corner. What is going to be able to get that frag? Shadow just going to be holding the angle, and obviously this is a good time for United to just fall back with that C set, and that's exactly what he does. Johnny Jigglepeak, on the other hand, is going to be facing off against 2 CTs, going to be able to clear that area without taking all too much damage. So once again, very important for our Abrotos here to just stay alive with their weapons and obviously not giving away anything that could harm them in the long run.
Just Power goes down in mid. I think so far, though, fairly controlled by Abrotos. They got to make sure, as you say, not to go 1 by 1. Don't die. This is the point where they just want to build bank, and even trying to stay together, and they do go down, and this is going to hurt their long-term economy. 2v1 is looking tricky for United, but they've done so much damage during this round. Even managed to pick up an AK, and if the bomb goes down, most likely will be a save, but he's going to be continuing the hunt.
Yeah. See what Prop Molly's gonna do here. I think he heard about United, and there's another rotation happening towards the B site. United should get it caught off here. He should not be surviving this situation now, unless United can look from behind. I'm not sure. He's not shaking, and yeah, he's gonna be taken down. So not gonna be any problems. Abrotos taking the lead 4-3.
Yeah, I think Abrotos did take some damage there. I think that round could have ended a lot worse than it did. It was a good eco by Monkeys or MXD by really a good eco. But Abrotos, yeah, it was a decent round for them as well. Fairly 50-50, I would say that round was.
Push out towards the long here. United's going to be throwing a grenade. We do have full buy coming in from the CTs. They're going to be able to find an entry, but Pop Molly does find a trade. Now, however, he does know that there's more people around, and they're lining up for Johnny Jigglepeak, picking up 3K for himself. And now it's all down to the last member of Abrotos. After a beautiful round from Abrotos since earlier, and the way that they've been able to bring this game back, all of a sudden a 3 versus 1, a shadow on the AWP. This is going to be a very tough one, especially as Troke comes up, does find a frag, might even be able to pick up the AWP if he's lucky. Nope, not going to happen, but still, that happens so fast. I did not expect Abrotos to line up just like that and give Johnny Jigglepeak 3 quick frags.
Not only do they line up, which is a bad thing, they also do quite a bit of team damage, so it doesn't help the situation. Yeah, well played. Good spray. Such a good hold on long.
I was a little bit surprised that he didn't get an assist on that one. His teammate who sprayed 45 bullets straight into his back. Alright, flash out towards mid. Once again, Detroit is going to be holding long, but we do have Awath is going to be challenging here. Does look like he's going to be able to find 2 kills, looking for a third here as well. He's going to be able to find it, and all of a sudden, Awath is going to be able to defend the mid-area. Mentals and Detroit is going to be able to find the 2 remaining terrorists. Once again, it's just pistols, so there's perhaps not much you can expect from it. But Abrotos, once again, needs to go for pistols, and the question is what they're going to be coming up with. Last time they did play pistols, or mixed by, whatever you want to call it. they actually succeeded. They did a lot of damage economy-wise on MXD.
Yeah, I think the key word for the previous round was just clean. MXD played it really well, didn't lose anything. Now it's up to Abrotos. They need to do some damage so that the bank doesn't continue rolling for MXD.
When we get in that case, is United and Johnny Jiggle peek out towards mid, and a little bit of team damage there as well from Johnny, but it doesn't really matter. 6-4. MXD is still gonna be able to have the lead here, but there is a buy coming up right now. The good thing here for MXD, bad thing for Abrotos, is that Shadow cannot pick up an AWP. I think Shadow has been so key, such a key player for Abrotos also when it comes down to using an AWP, and especially on a map like Dust 2. Sure, it's not the most op-friendly map to have perhaps play on because there's only like one site you can go to and you can peek mid, but other than that, I think he's done a lot of work.
Terrorist here taking long. As I kind of said in the pregame, long is going to be a point of contention. If you get long, you can start taking mid, start rotating out, trying to find the weak spots of the CT defense.
Ooh, free frag, maybe. No, Dustpout is going to be missing a lot of those bullets. Mentals does get some information, but it's very important here for the Troke to stay out towards mid. It looks like he's a little bit keen on actually pushing up from behind as well, because this is going to be an A split.
GT's going out here for info. They do get it. However, long is now really exposed. Terrace is going to be pushing up, trying to get onto site. Metals go down. Johnny Jigglebeak gets a kill through the smoke. It's in a 2v2. It's always a hard retake. Johnny is low, gets taken down. Afafa gets traded out by the Troke. 1v1. Does have a kit, so does have some time to play with. Pop Molly with a flash. Goes for the peek instead. Sees the head. Gets taken down. That's going to be the round for MXD. Good shot by the Troke.
Yeah, and especially when he does have the diffuse kit, he knows that he does have a little bit of extra time. He doesn't have to rush anything. Just make sure to have some sort of an idea. I mean, Johnny Jigglepeak obviously went down from that player. So, I mean, he had some sort of an idea where that CT was. Having that just a little bit extra patience is going to help them out, and that's exactly what happened. Now, on the other hand, we do have a 7-4 lead. Shadow is going to be picking up the last AK for the team, but there's only 2 smokes, 3 flashes, and a Molotov. So this has to be a rush B.
Yeah, it looks like the rush coming in. Molly coming down, gets smoked out. Oh, it looks like they're falling back even. Spending that utility, not getting anything for it, as well as getting tapped. That is not a great start. However, Pop Molly does get a nice little peek onto short. 4v4. That's a situation that can tend to lean towards the terrorists having an advantage. However, as you mentioned, no utility.
It's going to be very tough. You were talking about it on train, and I think that really translates over every single map, that you need to have utilities. You need to be able to flash each other out and make sure it goes for these sort of executes. Right now, I mean, the CETs, all they have to do is expect that, you know what, the terrorists might be coming from double doors, might be coming from long. Just keep your crosshairs there, and eventually they're going to be forced to just go out for a wide peak because they don't have any utilities to work with. So Abrotos, yeah, they have to. I'm not sure what it comes down to. I mean, they did have some utilities. Obviously, tried for that rush B, but couldn't really commit to it either. After Johnny being able to find a first frag, so right now they're in a very, very tough place.
Looks like Abrotos is finally gonna group up. Just Power's gonna keep on going short alone. Does get taken out. That's the bomb. That's a lot of info for MXD. This should just be a simple mop up. Shadow's gonna be peeking. Does take down Mentals after a bit of a spray duel. However, very low, 13 HP. This is a mountain he needs to climb to get this round. And as you said, not sure what to do. Maybe one of the players should invest into a Galil instead of an AK. Get that extra utility, because just raw AKs at this level, not great. And as we see, Shadow does go down. That's 8 on the board for MXD.
Yeah, and once again now, we did see them go with a little bit of utilities last round. It didn't work out. Now, though, they're going to be forced once again to either go for a force buy, which I could fully understand. I mean, perhaps go for SMGs or maybe a Galil so you can actually afford a smoke or a flash or whatever. But right now, they're going to be going for this sort of buy that I kind of expected. Just a half buy, make sure they have something. But they only have 3 flashes to work with. So kind of expected to be a push out towards mid. And who is going to be there? It's going to be Awath. Oh, he's actually getting a lot of information that they're pushing on short. So there's actually going to be full CTs almost here. Getting ready for this push on short. You can see Awath still just gathering information. He's not doing anything specific. Just waiting to see what happens.
CS is a game of aim, but definitely a game of information as well. MXD, how do you handle this push? United going to get up close and personal, gets the no-scope. However, terrorists on site might get a bomb down here. Important for the economy of the team. Even gets another frag, 2v2. This round, all of a sudden on its head.
I kind of expected MXD to actually have a little bit more knowledge about where the terrorist is going to be coming in from, especially when Awath was in such a good position to be able to hear exactly every step Abrotos was about to do. But I mean, a 9th round, they're still playing well. MXD, they're getting challenged. Abrotos, on the other hand, ever since getting that 4th round, they've been struggling, and I would say they've been struggling mostly on the economy point of view. Now, on the other hand, we're going to be finally being able to see a full buy coming up from them. With Smoke's flash, every single utility needed. So hopefully we're going to be able to see some better executes right now.
Yeah, I'm hoping for executes. Also, if they do decide to take mid, I would like to see them utilize the smoke that cuts off CT. So that, like the smoke for B push. Simply just to put pressure and even taking B splits. I think that might be a weak point from what we're seeing. Obviously, they don't see what the other people are playing, but for us, I definitely think the B has been left a bit unintended and just kind of left to do their own thing. But yeah, Abrotos just spreading out, doing the default.
Yep, very patient and having a lot of patience on what they need to do right now, starting to figure out that, you know what, we're probably going to be heading out towards mid. Do we have Mental standing in CT spawn? Check it out. Yeah, he's standing in CT spawn, so there are going to be a lot of information for MXD to work with here. Here comes the flash. The Trogue is going to be able to get a first one. Yes, indeed, the Fava is going to be going down. That also means that he's going to be dropping down. So now they don't have any visuals on short. That technically means that Abrotos has one short already. Now they can actually go for a full execute as well. Okay, never mind. That was that smoke. Oh, I've done that so many times in competitive. Like, I feel the pain.
It looks like it's what I said. Trying to utilize that B split gets the smoke off. However, just one guy pushing through mid, 3 in tunnel. This might be too easy. I mean, running in through smokes. MXD should be aware of this. Gets one, gets traded out. Even gets the second Abrotos. Low on time. Bomb should go down. That's 8 seconds. Even loses another one. Abrotos 2v2. Both low. Wold gets taken down. Just power. What can you do? You're alone. It's up to you, man. Carry the team. Gets the first. The throw goes down. But Just Power misses the spray. Gets taken down by Awath. And that is the 10th round on the board for MXD.
Yeah, they're playing beautiful here. I got a question there from the chat from Frasudan asking what I think about the Troke. Who is new to the team. So far, it kind of feels like they're fitting good together. Obviously, Dust 2 feels like a map that that everybody can play. So it's going to be more interesting to see as well, more maps. But based on from what I've seen right now, it seems like a solid dude. It seems like he's very consistent in what he does as well. Right now, he's going to be placed actually towards B all by himself. Just Pow is going to be able to find 2 frags out towards long. Meanwhile, we do have one more close, and Just Pow picking up their hat trick. The Troke has been able to find Pop Molly, but now they need to somehow defend A site, and that is going to be tough. They do, however, have one CT inside that smoke. Flash is going to be popped out. Another flash is going to be popped out. Johnny Jigglepick does manage to get the first one. It's going to be John Pow once again coming in with the 8 of GP, and that's going to be the frag. Johnny Jigglepick is going to be going down. That's 10-5 in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. That means, once again, I do have an opportunity to tell you guys about our giveaway we have with Cooler Master, where you can win you can win a Master Liquid ML240L V2RGB. Fill in the blanks. Air is silver, water is gold, but cooling with blank might be a bit too bold. make sure to type !contest. Follow the link to our Facebook page where you can win this beautiful ML240L V2 RGB.
Interesting half. Definitely dominant by MXD. Interesting how just Pow just decided to take his entire team in the backpack and just take out Long on his own. So it's going to be interesting now on the side swap. If the Abrotos team can really wake up, this might be a close game.
Might be. It all depends on. I think since Abrotos has been so good with the aims, especially let's see on the scoreboard, Victa and Pop Molly has been really popping off. No jokes, or whatever. Frick, I'm Swedish. Push towards B. It's Mentals towards with Albath. It's gonna be going in. They're gonna be going aggressive. Here it's gonna be Victor Afava. It's gonna be able to find a couple of frags. It's gonna be oh my god. Okay, the Troke is gonna be the only player remaining now. What a beautiful defense coming in from Abrotos.
It's the same guy. It's just Pow. He changed his name to Victor mid game, which is an interesting choice. But yeah, Victor absolutely starting this half brilliantly. 2 nice clean taps. And the Troke, we were talking about how he was a solid player, but even this is a monumental task. And against USPs, I wouldn't like those odds. However, gonna be lurking, try and get some money, even try and win the round. It's looking a bit rough though.
Yeah, I mean they really locked down the place like it's Corona on Dust 2, for real. They have made sure that there's not going to be any Troke coming in towards this site. He's going to be going for the long distance challenge. It's going to be moving all around. That is actually going to be in favor for him because the USP is not going to be that easy. If you miss the first bullet, you're going to be having a tough time trying to recount how the bullets is going to be flying. But Abrotos does pick up the pistol round, kind of expected after the first couple of seconds of that pistol round. I think the question is now how MXD answers to this. If they're going to be going for some sort of a force buy, they did not get a bomb plant. So it's interesting. I think it's different from team to team.
Doesn't look like there's a lot invested into this round by MXD. That being said, it looks like it's a mid smoke or an export smoke. This might be a quick short play. Does get taken out though. It means also that the CT does have info on this play. Should be ready for it. MXD, what can you find here? Goes wide. Nothing really happening so far, just bullets. Metals actually gets a frag. Pop Molly on the ramp. What can he get? Finds one more. Does he get the bomb plant? Yeah, he does actually get bomb plant.
Oh, he's so pissed. It's like, are you kidding me? I was shooting him like 40 times and he didn't go down. I mean, so far, once again, Abrotos is looking like they're going to be having sort of a solid defense. However, they're not going to be having the best of buys for this round. And you can see that MXD's already picked up an AWP, full AKs, almost full utilities. Most of the players have. Yeah, MXD has the best position now to perhaps pick up the round, but also remove a lot of economy coming in from Abrotos. Here we go with United. Being able to get the first one's going to be Volt going down. Meanwhile, you can also see on the minimap, the Troke together with Johnny Jigglepick is going to be pushing on short. They're going to be facing off against one single member. It's going to be Afava, who does only have an SMG to work with. Here comes a flash. It's going to be taking a little bit of damage. It's going to be going aggressive here. Does manage to do some damage. Does get the kill on the Troke. And he's actually staying alive. This should not happen. He should have been dead seconds ago.
Yeah, even United goes down at the end. They're a bit of a weird play. I agree with the whole pushing short, and generally it's a fight they should win, but eventually they lose one guy. The guy that was holding B, rotated on mid, dies, and the walls just close. MXD, they just get squished in and loses the aim duels that they take. That means they lose the round. Again, CS is a game of both tactics and aim, but if you're aiming better and it's just an aim duel, then you're going to win it.
Yep. Definitely agree. Here we go with the Molotov. Volt is going to be making sure that the terrorist is not going to be allowed for a B push just that easily. Here we go with Shadow. He's going to be lining them up. That's 1, 2, and a third. The fourth is also not going to be any problems. Mentals is going to be going down. However, the Troke was looking for at least one of those more frags for this round, but that was not going to happen. 10-9, and that is actually a very good comeback from Abrotos. And if they're going to be continuing like this, MXD is going to be having some tough problems here on the terrorist side, because it looks like they don't have they have some sort of a plan, but the execution is not good.
I absolutely agree. Also important to note here, Abrotos starting to build a bank. Shadow on 11k and a Path on 8. So MXD does need to get in there now before this just snowballs to the point where they need to win 4 consecutive rounds to break their economy, because then terrorist side becomes really, really rough to handle.
Long control here from MXD. Does, however, have Vold standing in a good position here to get some information. Meanwhile, Molotov flash is going to be thrown here as well. I think that terrorist is going to be completely white. And Victor is going to be able to get a free frag here. Yes, indeed. Does, however, take a lot of damage. That means, once again, very spread out MXD. They're going to be picked off. Nobody to trade. And Nafava, even through the smoke, there's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And this looks like it's going to be a 10th round on the board.
Impressed by Abrotos this round. It looked like they have a lot of plans, like double pushes, flashes for each other, and that is so crucial at this level of play. Just flashing each other and getting those initial frags, even doing damage, as you mentioned. Afafa now taking another kill for short, even a third, takes down the Troke, and United alone with the AWP. I don't think this is. It's also a bit of a tricky situation where he can't really save it because they have the info and there's no way out.
Yeah,
He even gets taken out.
Victor just getting a free frag there. Yeah, this is a time where I would say that MXD should take a pause. Just try to think, okay, what is actually working, what is Abrotos doing, and as for now, maybe for this round, I'd see perhaps a fast push towards B. Just make sure to smoke, make sure to go for the flash, and sort of surprise Abrotos, because the way that they're playing is that they're a very good setup, but also MXD is allowing Abrotos to actually go in for these sort of retakes, or not retakes, but rotations. So they get a lot of early information, something that Abrotos is going to be using for the whole round, and MXD is just, they don't have any chance when they're finally being able to challenge them, so to speak.
I definitely agree. I think MXD needs to speed up a bit. I think if they do speed up and just go for the trades, I think Abrotos will struggle, especially in mid. We see the push now coming in short. It's going to be quick. United even gets a fragmentals here. Takes down Shadow. Let's see if the bomb goes down.
Well, they're looking for it, but the bomb is going to be dropped, actually. Invicta is going to be able to find Mentals. It's going to be United, and the Troke is going to be able to do something here. Pop Molly tried to shoot through. Oh, that's a beautiful frag coming in for Pop Molly. All down to United. Has a C set to work with. Obviously, it's going to be tough. Only 5 bullets to work with as well. He gets one. Can he be able to get to pick up the AK-47? Yes, he does. But it's down on low HP, and it's going to be taken down. That is a great attempt coming in from United, but it's not going to be enough. And we do, for the first time, see Abrotos take the lead.
Abrotos goes up in the lead, but we gotta mention here that they did get 4 Abrotos player, and as we mentioned, the economy, it is building up, but at least now on a low buy like the previous round, they did do damage to it. Now we're gonna see a full buy on both teams.
Dust 2 is such an interesting map. It kind of feels like action can happen immediately, or action will be delayed for a very long time. Kinda, however. We do have 2 terrorists pushing on short. We do also have Victa getting a lot of information here out towards mid. Eagle Peak might be able to get this information. He needs to pick up the AK. He does find a CT. That's going to be a good entry for them. Meanwhile, there's only 1 CT on B. We can see that, but the terrorist does not know that. And an execute here, a B split that you were talking about it before. Smoke off CT spawn and try to push B just to split it up. I think that would have been a smart idea for MXD now.
Yeah, I definitely think both teams, now Abrotos is obviously done with the terror side, but I think both teams could viably put some more pressure down into to outside of mid, going towards that B split. It's a lot of pressure. If anything, it pulls rotations, which is worth it. And it looks like that is what is coming in now. Flashes, smokes, mollies going out. But that is all a ruse. However, MXD making the way up short. What can happen here?
Now they need to be quick. As we were talking about earlier, Alpha is going to be getting into a good position. It's going to be able to shot the first one. It's going to be able to get the first kill as well. Goes for a second, goes for a third as well. Jesus Christ, MXD is getting destroyed here as they're going to be pushing on short. It's such a beautiful defense coming in from Abrotos. They might be able to go for a bomb plant here. 3 versus 2. do have the throw coming in from Long, and that's actually going to do major things because he's going to be able to find the CT here for free towards CT spawn. Not going to be any problems. Now they have the information about the last one. A Molotov being brought in. He's going to be going in for the peak, and that's going to be 11 to 11. Still, however, we've been talking about the economy. They lost 3 members. That is actually going to do a little bit of damage on the economy for MXD.
It's going to be a full buy versus full buy, so we're going to continue off where we kind of left off. It still feels like MXD is getting led into like kill zones, and then they slow down and they just kind of fluster a bit. They win the previous round, but that round could have just as well went to Abrotos in that kill zone. Look at the long take here. Tempo out, gets the first frag, gets flashed, gets taken out. 1-1 so far. Gets 2. Victor been really strong. Mentioned it towards the end of the first half. Been a really strong player thus far. Does get taken down though, a bit over eager.
This is once again a time where you would like to see them go towards the B side. I mean, Abrotos is reading MXD pretty good here. I mean, once again, just setting up with the 2 members out towards A side. Now they've rotated down. The smoke is going to be coming in. The flash as well. Now they're going to be pushing aggressive. The Bold. Yeah, that's a Molotov as well, doing a lot of damage. Awath is going to be staying towards mid here, just to make sure that nobody's going to be pushing through. But then Awath realized that, you know what? I can't stay. I need to go and plant a bomb. This is actually going to be pretty good for MXD. I mean, they do have the AWP for the long range, but this retake, again, Abrotos, you can expect so much from Abrotos as well, the way that they've been playing.
Picks up a second rifle. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a quick play. We do have a smoke and shadow and a flash and a offer. Both have the def kit. United, as you mentioned, long range into tunnels. They do have the flash here to get in. It looks like it's just going to be a dry peek. United gets shadow as well. Buffer goes down by a good setup by MXD here. 1 range, 1 close. Yeah, solid hold.
Indeed. But we've been talking about the economy as well, or you've been mentioning mostly about it, and you're telling the truth as well. I mean, right now the economy for Abrotos is not going to be good. So they did, however, MXD, but it was not 4 consecutive rounds. It was more like back and forth all the time. Abrotos losing a lot of members, even though they're winning a round as well. But this is exactly where MXD wants Abrotos, at least at this point when they're in the lead 12 to 11 as well.
I definitely agree here, and this is a round that MXD should be looking to take. However, Deagles, I know you've mentioned this in previous cast, Deagles and Norwegians, that's a dangerous combo. So anything can happen here, and it looks like an aggressive short play. This might catch them. Johnny do get the info. However, MXD have taken long. Looks to maybe end A. At least bomb is towards that site.
Once again, rotation coming in from Abrotos. They are getting ready for what MXD is doing all the time. They have to be a little bit quicker, MXD. But here we go. Volt is going to be getting inside the smoke, actually. Might be flashing himself out. Yes, he does. That's a good flash, and that's going to do everybody white. And Volt gets 1. Gets a second. Perhaps no, it's going to be taken down, but it's going to be United. 1 versus 1. A lot of frags has been happening as Shadow's been able to find 2. United now just holding with the AWP is going to be able to get that frag. 13 rounds on the board, but we have to remember this insanity. This was only Deagles.
It's just a repeat of what we've seen this entire game. MXD just gets funneled in, and it's like they play better in the sense that they get the round, but I mean, they get the round by pure aim. They don't actually like outplay Abrotos. Abrotos knows what's coming, and they're prepared for it. If Abrotos hit their shot now, MXD is going to be in some serious problems.
For sure. Let's see. Grand aggression coming in. Johnny G go peek. He does get the frag there on Shadow. That's a key player. Smokes where see the spawn. They could go aggressive. Here comes another smoke as well. The Troke is just going to be going, just helping out as much as possible to take over the B side. But it's also going to be staying in mid. This is a smart play. Once again, I see this is going to be pushing through, but the Troke is going to be ready for it. And now he's going to be rotating around. We have to take over the B side. There goes Johnny G go peek. Once again, Afava needs to reload, and he's going to be taken down because of it. And here goes the Troke going aggressive towards the spawn. And United is there to help him. 14 rounds on the board. MXD is starting to pick up the pace here, and Abrotos was not ready for that one.
Amazing entry by Johnny, and as I mentioned, the short or the B split is just such a viable option. Yeah, especially when you do get that entry, which is just legging it up short and jumping down, killing the AWP. It's fantastically risky. It works greatly for Johnny. Yeah, such a good round.
We also have some information about the other games. Villet has won over Lutu. On the bike has won over Flowens. And I'm not really sure what's going on with Sweden at this moment of time. That game, I'm not going to say their opponent's name because it's like a Bible. But anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how this quarterfinals is going to be able to go through. Let's see with Victor on the Deagle. Can he get the first kill here? He's looking for it, but he's not going to be able to get it. Once again, we've been talking about it. CTs are very close to the Ts all the time. You can see on the minimap how they're just reading everything that is happening.
Yeah, rotation's coming in again, and Victor getting the initial frag, but obviously this is going to be a retake with Double Deagle. It's not a great situation, but yeah, it's weird how MXD keeps going for these fights that aren't really favorable. They are winning them, but it's not a favorable fight. It's it's a weird thought process. However, MXD does pick up 15, and amazing so far.
Game is not over until the fat lady sings, which is usually me, because I'm fat.
All right,
well, I guess we just have to wait and see what will happen throughout this game. We'll perhaps sing a little bit of a trudelut afterwards if the game is over. But as for now, we still have to wait and see what will happen. We're going to be heading out towards the A side though once again. And with MXD having also the momentum, that is something we cannot forget. They have the momentum now since they've been picking up, what is it? The 5 past rounds. I think this one is probably going to be GG.
Yeah, picked up the 5-1, but again, as we've mentioned, Abrotos have a lot of info here. They clear the tunnels. They know they're up against A. They don't push behind them, but they do get into the kill zone. Being traded out 2 for 2. It's a 3v3. We do still have one player left on site. However, he goes down. That's a 3v2. It's going to be a retake. That's a rough situation to be in if you are Abrotos.
Oh, we have somebody who wants a timeout in the chat, yes? You freaking spoiler. There we go. 16-11. MXD Monkeys as the winners here for the quarterfinals. They are going to be facing off against Villet Esports. Not really 100% sure about what is happening there. But we are still waiting, however, for this random team name versus Syra Angrepp. We are going to be taking a little bit of a short break. When we are back, we are going to be seeing the semifinals. Don't go anywhere. It's a good one.
By Valdi. Oh my god!
Damn! Yo! He's acing it! He's acing it!
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Only one country to take it all. To show the others who is truly the king of Nordic.
You can qualify into the King of Nordic by visiting one of our partners. Sweden, SwedishProLeague.se. Finland, CSGOFinland.fi. Denmark, Esport.dk. And Norway, Gamer.no.
our doubts. Faces filled with sadness. When words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. Let's go back, let's start again. To a place a long time ago when I kissed your lips. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way. This is the hard way.
Let me feel your love again. 'Cause I've been running round in circles, screaming out your name. Take me to a different place. Just the two of us and we can stay up all night. Kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do. Staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Be with you. Be with you. All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again. Just the two of us and we could stay up all night. Kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do. Staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon. Once again, welcome aboard the Nordic Just going to get ready to go on the front flight time today, so it's going to be 2 hours.
Can, like, on this website, the teams have
Direction from please, right turn after departure. Chris Delta 36,000, please. Upload of headline.
no, not from I was just thinking, like, if the team pages on
If you're gonna find them, you go on like their Steam group, this type of
I really don't like. Are you watching Joe Castero's stream?
no.
Casteros. But he's casting and streaming the game on we both are playing hot songs this we are forced to 1920.
we break down, caving in to our doubts. Faces filled with sadness. When words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. Let's go back, let's start again, to a place a long time ago when I kissed your lips. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way. This is the hard way.
Let me feel your love again. 'Cause I've been running round in circles, screaming out your name. Take me to a different place. Just the two of us, and we can stay up all night. Kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do. Staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel like I got you in my hand.
Vai, Valdir. Puta que pariu. Oh my god!
Damn! Yo, yo,
This
yo!
guy, dude.
Yo! He's acing it! He's acing it!
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Only one country to take it all. To show the others who is truly the king of Nordic.
You can qualify into the King of Nordic by visiting one of our partners. Sweden, SwedishProLeague.se. Finland, CSGOFinland.fi. Denmark, esport.dk. And Norway, Gamer.no. This match is brought to you by Cooler Master.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in once again to the Norwegian qualifiers. We are going to be jumping over to the other side of the bracket where we do have On the Bike and Syre Angrep that is going to be playing. Now, I'm not here by myself either. As you can see, Insanity's here with me. Make sure to follow him on Twitter, InsanityTGTV. Me, Creative, of course. But Insanity, you and I have been talking a little bit off stream, off camera here about Syre Angrep's previous game.
Yeah, I mean, I buffed up Syre when we talked about it pre-stream, and I thought they would go far, but they had an interesting encounter in the previous game where they ended up playing a 5v4 because the other team had a player that couldn't show up. And yet, that game was very competitive.
Indeed it was. And I mean, a 16-14, I mean, 16-14 scoreline is in a 5 versus 4. That doesn't give you a lot of momentum coming into perhaps this game.
Oh, I think
because you know it's not good. Like 16-14, I guess 5 versus 4.
Yeah, I mentioned it. It's like you win, but does it really feel like a win kind of situation? And yeah, as you say, it's gonna be rough. I think Syre here is they're really gonna need a good start. Just get the ball rolling. If I don't think they have nerves, but at least shake off, you know, that last game and just get the ball rolling. I know for a fact that if they do get started, these guys are deadly. So, you know.
No, I think these guys that participated, or actually, I mean, you yourself as well been playing in Friday's King of Nordic, right?
Yeah, we played in the Friday, and we even went for the Sunday one. Was it last week or the week before that? But again, it's the Norwegian qualifier. There's a lot of mixes, and when you meet we met like a really strong Swedish lineup, I believe. That's actually a team. So, but yeah, these are strong players, and I've also casted a few of the people that's currently playing on the bike on Friday, so I know they're strong as well. So this is going to be like a really heavy. I know both sides have really good riflers, so this is going to be really exciting, and it's on Mirage as well, which is really aim focused. So yeah, this is going to be a good one, I think.
Indeed it is. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you guys about something amazing that we have for you. We do have a giveaway going on together with our eminent partner in crime, Cooler Master, where you can win this beautiful Master Liquid ML240L V2 RGB. Now what you need to do in order to actually win this one is to fill in the blanks. Yes, indeed, you have to fill in the blanks. Oh, it's so rough to win prizes and stuff. But it is fill in the blank. Air is silver, water is gold, but cooling with blank might be a bit too bold. If you guys can help us out finishing off that poem, you have a good opportunity to win this beautiful ML240L V2 RGB. Now make sure to be creative, all right? For example, Kronwall was saying air is silver, water is gold, but cooling with beer might be a bit too bold. So, you know, it's fun to play around. Could you think of something, Insanity?
No, I don't know. I'm going to second the beer part, though. I think that one was really good. Yeah, I'm not a creative person. I have no clue how I'm going to finish that one up.
Air is silver, water is gold, but cooling with...
Ice cream?
Ice cream might be a bit too bold. Or cold, for that matter.
Oh!
You know what? You could actually win on that one. That's one for free. That one's for free. No, I was thinking like, but cooling with gas might be a bit too bold.
Oh yeah. I would second that.
Bye computer. Bye computer. All right, we did have Frisoren. He actually gave us a little bit of an update there on the scoreline, 11-2. I'm assuming for MXD. So I don't think there's much we're gonna be doing there. Hello, Micro. How you doing, dude? Listen, Insanity's still here with me, dude. He was like, I've casted with Insanity. I was like, yeah, but he's the first one out of YouTube casting with me. I was like, no, I like you, Micro. You know that. Fortunately, you just have two weird guys in your team earlier, but we don't have to talk about that. Make Insanity say my name. He actually know. Okay, how do you say his nickname?
You do what everyone else does and say Micro. It's actually Mick Pro X, but we've already questioned him that it's a bad name because everyone just end up saying Micro anyway.
Yeah, I actually said it right. I said it Mick Pro X, but it was just a tongue twister. Here we go. Aggression comes in. It's Syra and Grep going in towards the A side here. It's going to be able to find a couple of entries. Actually, both RCV and Slush is going to be taken down, but Atlic is going to be able to find the trade here, at least with Hellfire. But the bomb has been planted, and this 3 versus 4, especially on the map like Mirage Insanity, is not going to be an easy task.
It's a rough retake. They're all coming in from the con area as well. Terrorists have full control of CT. Just taking the aim fights here, Raven. Only one left. Siggy, can you do this? Looks a bit rough. Nope, gets taken out. That's 1 on the ball for Sierra. Straight up. Good push, gets the initial frags, also gets the control of CT, and after that, it's pretty rough sailing for on the bike.
Indeed it is. And with that, obviously, we are going to have Syra get up on the first round. They're going to be picking up 3 SMGs, 2 AKs. I think so many teams have different way of playing this. What would you like, Insanity? Like when you just won a round, would you like to have full SMGs, or would you like to have those 2 AKs just to like a assurance?
I would definitely run some rifles, but we do have the push coming in here, and this is where the rifles might get a bit weak, is the fact that they don't really accomplish anything, whereas the SMG might. But that being said, losing 4 players, only aim left. This is looking rough.
Oh my, I did not expect that to happen. Oh my god, that is a very clean round.
Yeah, I think this kind of answers your question. So no, the rifles aren't great for the push. Therefore, I do enjoy the full SMG lineup. However, if you get to the point where you do get a post plant, the rifles work wonders. I think it kind of depends on where you want to push. If you have a plan and what map, I think there's a lot of different variables there that kind of decide which of the buys you do end up going for.
Yeah, indeed. And now with that, they only managed to pick up 1 AK, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to be able to get a lot of money here to be able to go for the buy. Atlic is going to be able to find Hellfire. Rogue finds the trade immediately, though. Let's see if Siggy could potentially be able to do something. It's going to be challenged, but not being able to connect the bullets enough to take somebody down. RCV is going to be switching weapons here. Had a SMG earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go, but Cynics on the Deagle. Can't really connect those bullets either. So now, once again, it is a 4 versus 4, but I mean, the odds are in favor for on the bike.
The odds definitely in the favor for the good ones with the guns, but we've said it before, don't underestimate the power of the Deagles, especially in the hands of some Norwegian players. They are deadly. That being said, though, there's very little utility here on the T, and also 2 players going down for Sura. This is looking really tricky. It's maybe just about damage at this point.
You did the same thing as Frisoren did. I think it's obviously a Norwegian thing, but you say Syre, something like that.
Yes, that's because that's how you pronounce it in Norwegian. So I assume that is why we get that. And unless you want to translate their entire name to be English, I most likely will continue to pronounce it like that because that is just the way to pronounce it.
Syre, not Syre. Bruh. Remember, the Norwegian language come from the Swedish language. I'll teach you. Acid attack. Oh yeah, true. No, but it's fun actually. I was casting with Frisor and he joined me in for 1 game, and we had that team Siktskyt Drap or whatever it is. And I just couldn't say it. I was like Siktskyt Drap. I was just dumb. So when he said that, I was like, okay, so whenever I'm gonna say that name, it's gonna be Frisoren saying it. So, but I can say Syrangrepp. I can say it in Swedish. It sounds close enough. Here we go with Netter. Atlic's being able to find 2. Netter finds 2 as well. Only pistols, nothing much, nothing specific here. It's just the 3rd round on the board for on the bike. But this round, Insanity, is gonna be important. This is where Syrangrepp needs to be able to establish a little bit of control, but also remove some money from on the bike.
I agree, and having played with them in the past, I think we're going to see either a mid take or an A execute. they tend to lean towards the mid takes, but if that doesn't work, they do end up having those more strong executes. However, it does look like it's just going to be a straight out default at this point.
Yeah, I don't think you know these guys.
No,
Completely
need to
wrong.
play more with them.
Yeah. All right, no, but I mean, it's just a fake. It's an execute that is gonna be anyway. They're just gonna be going in here to die, to give AKs for free. They're just like Oprah, and now they're gonna be pushing in. It's actually RCV in a good position here. It's gonna be able to, it's gonna be able to find the last remaining Frank. So Sudangep not having an easy time here.
Looks rough. Looks like they don't really have a plan. It's like they send 3 people to B to die, for 2 to push A, and then just die as well. It's just, it seems really strange. This is a team that's not really that much of a team as far as I'm aware. They don't really have that many executes. They need to rely on their fundamentals. On the bike, I also believe it's a mix. So it's pretty much a mix against mix at this point. And it's all going to come down to that fundamental CS where it's flashing each other in and trading. And yeah, Sierra not doing really any of it.
RCV. Oh, once again, such control there on RCV. And that is going to be able to allow the CTs once again to just play it safe. They don't have to... Atlak needs to play a little bit more safe. I mean, 14 HP. He doesn't want to lose the AK. Oh, Sieg is going to be taken down, though. Never mind. Cynics. Good position there. RCV is going to be able to go aggressive, picking up a 4K for himself. But, again... You were talking about it, that it just doesn't work for Sudangep at this point, and I kind of feel the same way, but I'm actually, this might just be something I'm thinking, just overthinking, but they did play a 5 versus 4 in the previous game, and it was actually very rough. That does say something about the team's form for today.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a team that's heavily reliable on their aiming, so... If the aim's not on point, I agree that can have a drastic effect. But again, I just, if we get to see more fundamental CS, I think we're going to see a change. But right now, it's looking a bit flustered and a bit, yeah, not really, I don't know, they're not really playing together here. But it is the mid take here, which opens up a lot of different ways to go. But they do get picked off, again, from the short. Netter with a nice kill.
Yeah, and we also have an update. It says 15-14 for Julius. I don't know. They're not playing. I have no idea who that is. But I think MXD is leading 15-4 right now. So they are probably going to be done for the finals. Not going to be any problems for their part. On the other hand, from what we've seen so far, it might as well be the same type of scoreline here, unless there's actually a change coming in.
Yeah, it looks really rough at the moment. Again, it looks like they're really not accomplishing anything. They're not really working together. At this point, if I know these guys well, which I clearly don't at this point, because everything I've said so far, they've done the opposite. I think we're going to end up seeing just an A execute coming out. They're going to go back to the basics, see and try if that works, and it might very well work. It might. I think they should just simplify it, not overthink it. Shoot heads. That's what you do when you play CS. And I mean, it's been... Now, the last 4 rounds, very clean rounds by On The Bike. Look at their money. This is rough for Sierra.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking as well. I mean, we have 3 members over 10K, and you were talking about, I don't think we were up at this amount of money even when you said that they need 4 consecutive rounds in the previous game. Right now, I mean, that is going to be a lot of rounds for Sudangep to try to destroy the economy for On The Bike. Otherwise, this first half looks like it's probably going to be going in favor for On The Bike. The question is just how much will Sudangep actually be able to adapt to the play that On The Bike is playing. So I guess we just have to wait and see. Once again, just Deagles, but Spirit, yeah, it's gonna be able to find it. Slushy goes down. Atlak still in a good position though. Oh, well, only eventually gets the frag, but still could have been a dangerous situation. Slushy is the only player going down so for On The Bike as for now. Looks like there's gonna be a short push happening. And who do we have there? It's Siggy.
Yeah, Siggy gets both there, and it's weird how they don't check for that Palace crouch, because he did that the round before that as well, or 2 rounds ahead of that, and got 2 kills for it, or almost. I think he got 1, but at least ended the round with it. So it's weird how they're not clearing it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Sierra is really that much on form today.
No, it definitely doesn't seem like it's going to be an easy task for them to try to do or turn this table around now. It looks like they're going to be going for this A execute that you were talking about earlier. Question is if that's going to work out or not. I guess that's something we're going to be able to find out and see soon enough, because here comes the smokes. Here's the slushy. Almost being able to get the first one. He's going to be looking for his second as well. Or, yeah, he does find the first frag. First second, not going to be able to get it. Cynics finds the trade immediately at, like, almost about to burn down there. 12 HP to work with. Now they're going to be throwing some nades just to try to take him down. Rogue is going to be forced to go out in the public, and RCV is going to be able to take him down 4 versus 3.
Phoenix gets 1 kill, gets 2. Can he just contest the bomb? No, doesn't even swing for it. It's a really good retake by on the bike, and it's kind of a weak hold by Sierra. They don't really get anything. They get the bomb, that's fine. They have the ramp area, but they do not have CT, and they have no control towards jungle, which makes it for a really tricky hold. And when it's a 4v3 in the advantage of CT, that's a near to impossible hold. So, not unexpected for on the bike to take that round. We did see the execute coming out. I think they needed to get a bit more room. They didn't really take a lot of room on the terrorist side of things. But yeah, it seems like they're reverting back to the default. That being said, though, that execute kind of did more that round than they have ever gotten so far in the game. So,
yeah, and with 8-1 lead, it's definitely going to be once again, very tough. Very tough. They're going to be taking the mid control, however. Siggy's going to be in a good position here. It's going to be able to find it first. I don't think... I just don't think Sydangrepp has what it takes this time. They're missing a player. I think he was nicknaming Ince or something like that. I think he's the missing piece in this team right now.
Well, as much as that, I would like for that to be true. I just think this is just a case of, yeah, they're getting frustrated. They're not hitting the shots that they need. It's a rough start, and on a map like Mirage, where you are very dependent on that aim to take mid, to take short, it is rough if you have one of those days where nobody's hitting. Because even when you rely on the executes, you're still gonna have to face the opponent at one point. If you're not hitting them, you know, it's gonna be a rough time.
Yeah. Now let's see what Cynic is all down to him. Does have an AWP. The only thing he could potentially do at this point is just to try to kill. I don't think there's going to be a good opportunity for him to actually go in for a bomb plan, try to get a bomb plan, try to win a round. I think that's going to be nearly impossible, especially when I just looked at the clock and it's only 9 seconds left. So yeah, there's definitely not going to be any time here for Sydangrepp to pick up this round. It is once again on the bike, dominating in this fashion. They're picking up the 9th round on the board.
Yeah, it's a really strong showing so far by on the bike, and the game I actually casted with amongst others Atlic and Slushy in it was Mirage, and they were proving really strong. So not unexpected. I did expect on the bike to be strong here, but yeah, I'm somewhat disappointed by Sierra. They're looking really weak, which I wasn't expecting.
Did we know what scoreline it was in that game?
Which game are you referring to now? The one I casted, or the
on the bike versus Flowens?
I think it ended like 16-8.
Yeah, 16-8. All right. So it's a convincing lead anyway.
It was indeed, but now we do have a more closer round. 2v2. Bomb should go down here. Both CT players playing from a CT spawn. This is a more tricky retake. Granted, there's 2v2 here. Gonna swing for the peak RCV here. What's he gonna get? We have the off up on triple, or on yep, I forgot what that called.
I mean, he has utilities RCV. He should be able to use them. Yeah, there we go. That's a grenade. Yep. That's a Molotov. That's exactly what he needs to do, and he could potentially pick it up. But yes, he does. The 1-on-2 clutch. It should nearly be impossible, but he did it.
Yeah, at a scoreline of 9-1, you can't lose those. You really can't lose them. It's just that easy.
Yep. Yeah, dude, it's tough. It is really tough. I'm not sure what to say at this point. I mean, obviously, Sudan Grip is a mix. They're probably not going to be taking a pause. Mostly team does it. I mean, in my opinion, Counter-Strike players should be expecting to take more pauses just to swift the momentum a little bit. Like, you don't have to take it to actually talk. Just take it to breathe.
I agree that there's a lack of we've been like saying this in different games as well. There's the lack of like pauses just in general, just to break momentum. Even if you don't really speak a lot, it's a time where you can just like reset and all that. So, but yeah, this is I mean 10-1. They need to pick up everything from here, and they are leading this round so far 4v3. Is this where we see the game turn?
I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't think so. You can see the rotation's already on point here on the bike. The only question is if Netar can be able to find at least 1 or 2 frags. RCV's going to be able to find 1 in here. They come in. RCV gets 1. Could potentially be able to pick up a second here. It's a 2 versus 2. Still, it could be going in favor. That's actually going to be a second round on the board for Sudan Grep. Welcome back.
Yeah.
100% increase.
Well, you're not wrong.
Nope.
10-2. It's still rough. I mean, they get around. Let's look on the bright side here for Syria. They do get the round. They still have a full buy. Granted, one of them is Galil, but they're still... I mean, this is a very winnable round at the get-go. They need to start picking up rounds. They need at least 4, if not even all 5 rounds to make this game competitive.
I was actually thinking the same thing, Mikro. Look at the money on the bike. They had over like $40,000 on just Atlic, RCV, and Netar. And look at their money situation now. They've been going down. They've been losing a lot of money these previous rounds.
Yep, you're not wrong. They won the 1 round with the defuse. That was that ended up in a 1v1. They won that, but again, that's 4 people gone, and 2 rounds before that, they lost 3. So yeah, they've steadily like been losing more and more people. So I mean, this is a round that could, or a half that could end 10-5. It's a 4v4 right now. That's in the favor of the terrorist side most often than not. Now it's up to Syria. They need to regroup. They need to get a plan, and they need to execute it perfectly. Now is the time. They need to turn this half now.
Yeah, and that's going to be the difficult part, because right now they have 3 members out towards middle. Doesn't really look like they're going to be having a plan of heading towards the side just now. We can see Hellfire actually with the AWP is going to be looking to try to get an early pick off here towards the A site, but the CTs are playing smart. You can see, once again, Atlic is standing towards CT spawn, close towards B, just in case something were about to happen. Oh, but they're also forcing the rotation, and now they're going to be a little bit out of position. Cynics is going to be pushing in. Might be able to get the entry. Yes, he does. It's going to be Netar going down. Siggy finds the trade, but he'll still have to wait for the other CTs. There comes Hellfire with the AWP. 2 versus 3, and this retake is not going to be easy to take on. And especially since they don't have a lot of money to work with, to be fair. I mean, sure, they're going to be able to go for a buy next round if they were to be losing all the weapons, but it could almost be a thought to actually go for a save for this round.
RCV taking out Cynics. This makes the round a lot more viable. Pushing out, getting out the AWP as well. Oh, with a smoke in hand, goes down, aim kills both. I agree with you. I think this is a strange call to go for it. Keeping that AWP, I mean, they might be able to afford an AWP even now, but this looks more like a low buy than anything. If they were to just have saved, they are going to invest, but again, no AWP. This is a strange call. I would have expected them to have gone for the save there. It would have been a more logical play, at least in my book.
Yeah, no, I agree. I guess we just have to wait and see. Right now, there's going to be full M4s coming up from the CTs. Don't have a lot of utilities. They have enough to go around. Netar's going to be going aggressive here. Might be able to find a frag here as well as the flash comes down, but he's ready for it. Not going to be any problems. Cynic's taken down. That could also mean that Netar could pick up an AK-47 if he wanted to, but he's going to be going down towards mid, trying to help out Slushy, because they do have the information that there is one player, Rogue, which is in top mid. They're going to be able to figure out that, you know what, let's take the battle to him. On the other side, we do have Spirit coming up from Palace, being able to get a free frag. Might be traded. Atlic should be able to get 1. Yes, he does. 4 versus 3. Very spread out Sudan Grep, though. Insanity.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a lack of cohesion. And on the bike is just playing so solid right now. Rogue even going down. Atlic has the bomb. This is crucial. Hellfire with the AWP. Can he find the frag? He does. Does retrieve the bomb, but now he's all alone. Got 3 players on the bike. And on the bike, I just want to touch on a nice little detail that was done in mid. They do a double peek with a flash because they expect Rogue to be holding that lower hold. It is just so thought through. It's just, yeah, this is right now they are on a different level than Sura. It's that easy.
Yep. I definitely agree. I think it's going to be very, very tough to try to see what they're going to be capable of doing here. As Hellfire, once again, with the AWP, is going to be looking for the entry. Is going to be able to find it perhaps as well. No, he should be seen. Oh, you can see his shoulder, actually, because he's looking into the wall. But Hellfire is going to be able to find at least the entry. There goes the trade, and RCV is going to be able to pick up an AWP as well. 11 rounds on the board for On The Bike. And, well, that was not much. I mean, only Sudan Gap being able to find 2 rounds. Or actually, well, with the 3 rounds, obviously, now that they've been able to find 3 rounds, but it took a lot of rounds. Oh my god, but hold on. There we go. No, but it's been 10 rounds in a row for On The Bike, and yeah, I think that's definitely gonna be taking down the momentum here for Sudan Gap.
I agree. I think the two rounds after the pistol round was crucial and losing that, but AIM, opening up this one. Can they get it? 11-4, I mean, it's not a great scoreline, but it's definitely a lot better than 11-3 considering the pistol plus 2 consecutives. Atlic getting 1, Spirit going for the fight, Rogue also holding the angle, does go down Atlic here. It's a 3v3. No, 3v4 actually, and 3 rifles on Sierra. This is actually quite the good situations. However, only 2 flashes, 2 nades. They're out of smokes. They'll use the last one now on window. Looks like this is going to be more so than anything. Coming up short here. The advances go on. Netar, what is your answer here? Does actually just go down. That's a 4v2. Slushy. RCV. Well, it is the last round of the half. Opens up with a kill here. Slushy denies the bomb plant. Rogue take out RCV. Bomb is exposed, but this is a rough fight for Slushy. Does go down as well. 11-4. Not a absolutely destroyed scoreline, but definitely not great.
Indeed, indeed, and that gives me the time to tell you guys about our amazing giveaway we have together with Cooler Master, where you can win a ML240L V2 RGB Master Liquid. Yes, indeed, you can win this beautiful one by helping us out with this poem. Also, it's a fill-in-the-blank competition, but you have to help us out with this poem. Air is silver, water is gold, but cooling with blank might be a bit too bold. Make sure to type !contest, follow the link to our Facebook page, and help us out with a poem. We could definitely use some help. And if you're creative enough, you can. We'll give you this one for helping us out.
Sounds good. We got a lot of aggression down mid here from On The Bike. Looks like this is going to be a tempo con play, even with a bit of a cheeky run boost there. Don't think that was intentional. Down underground. Looks like they're going to be wrapping B. Of course, Sura does have this info, rotating 3 people in.
Nope.
But oh no!
They're doing the snake. They're doing the snake. Oh, again, another lap. Oh, well, this time they're actually going to be going up connector as far as I can see. And we do have one CT Cynic standing in a good position. It's going to be Flash being able to find the first one's going to be looking for the second as well, but it's going to be Siggy being able to find the trade. Meanwhile, Siggy's going to be going aggressive. Meanwhile, Roka's being able to find Atlic. It's actually going to be a very good trade. 3 versus 3 right now. No more CTs on the A site, but there is one to our CT spawn. We do have Siggy also holding right now inside Forest just to figure out if there's going to be anybody pushing aggressively. Here goes Spirit. Finds Slushy. That also leaves there's only 2 towers remaining, but the bomb is planted in such a good way that both of these 2 players is actually going to be able to have a really good crossfire, but that's not going to work out with Spirit. It's using his USP like a freaking sniper, dude.
That's insane. That's such a good hat trick from Spirit. I mean, yeah, what can you say? Those taps clean. And here On The Bike, they get the plan. They get where they want. They overpeak once, and then Spirit just pounces. Get the first one. It's a 3v2. He pushes. Gets both of them. That's an amazing retake. Have they woken? That is the question. Have Sira just awoken?
Remember, last time, you almost jinxed it. So calm down. When you're a caster, you can't expect too much, because then they cast a curse, you know? It's not easy for us casters.
It's a rough
Here
life.
we go. It is, exactly. Casters' lives matter. No, I'm just kidding. AIM is going to be in a good position here. It's actually going to get smoked off, but does get one. Just looking for a second. It's going to be taken down by the third. Slushy finds two entries. Siggy finds one as well. And all of a sudden, On The Bike is like, yeah, you might have woken up, but we've already been awake since 5 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking rough. That's a 3-2 rating, or 2v3 retake, and Phoenix goes down as well. Yeah, Spirit, I mean, you did an amazing pistol round, but this is going to be rough. He's just sitting in the smoke trying to find something. It's just going to be the save. I mean, a 1v3, that's not really that viable. And the AUG might come into fruition in the next round. They might just cut their losses here, and it looks like they do. If we look at the scoreboard quickly, we do see that Spirit, Rogue, and Hellfire, they haven't really woken up that much in the form of kills, whereas, you know, RCV and multiple members of the On The Bike has really, really woken up. So, yeah, I think this is not the start of the half that Zero was wanting.
I definitely agree. We did get a message here from Mango Papaya as well. Yeah, Creative, do you mind not cursing out our team this week? Listen, I'm just a caster, alright? When I'm casting my casting cast, I cast a spell. And when I cast this spell, it's either good or bad. I haven't been to Hogwarts yet, so I can't really decide. It's a 50-50 shot. So there's not much I can do. Either I jinx it or I... What's the reverse? What's the opposite of jinxing?
I don't know. Predicting? I don't know.
But
it's not really...
I don't know.
It's not really... Yeah.
Fourth time the charm. Shut up, United. Here we go. Slushy out towards mid. I still, however, I'm gonna be a little bit brutally honest here. On the bike is definitely gotta take this home.
Yeah, I mean, as much as it hurts me, I do agree. They're just solid, and either they're just better, but I honestly think Seal is having a bad day, and On The Bike is just hitting everything. And I mean, that is just how CS works. Now taking the B site, but Bomb is kind of just left alone in T-spawn here, which is a strange choice.
Yeah, it does not look like this is gonna be an easy task for Sweden Gap to defend either. I mean, obviously they're gonna be able to go and pick up the bomb here, but they also have the B site, and I don't think that actually Cynics can see the door. Can he? Nope, he can't. Oh, he actually did. Okay, so I had a little bit of a glimpse, so now we know that their bomb is heading towards B. But when you have that small of a margin to try to get a kill, that's nearly impossible. So once again, I think it's gonna be a save coming up. I don't think they're setting out the options. I don't think they should be going for this as Sweden Gap.
I agree. I don't think they should be going. They should be holding pretty much like Rogue was there, seeing. But at this point, I mean, Phoenix has already gone to Palace. But holding outside, seeing if they get an extra pick in the fact that On The Bike could push into them and then go for the retake, that's viable. But yeah, as a straight-in push, I agree.
But I understand why Cynics rotated though, because he's down on 19 HP, he does 7 AK. If you were to be holding if there were to be a trade, that means that they're gonna lose even more money. And now with the AK that he has, he can actually have something to fight with for the next round. But I agree, Rogue, we're standing in a good position. Could potentially be looking for a second position to be getting into because they have to rotate from somewhere. But as for now, it's 13 rounds at the board. Sweden Gap is well, I'm not sure what they're gonna do here. Obviously picking with the AK and the AUG, but other than that, are they going for Deagles, upgraded pistols? Yeah, looks like it.
It's a bit of a tricky call because you don't want to give necessarily any more rounds than you know, you can't play with rounds at this point. So it's, yeah, going for the upgraded pistol I think is fair. They need to have the AUG and the AK work. Rogue doing some damage but not getting a kill, so it's rough. Phoenix, however, do get a kill mid. And Hellfire as well, look at that. Already, all of a sudden, round opens up.
Yep. Oh, Siggy! Oh, he was about to jump in with the knife. Oh, typical CSGO players. Hellfire with the Deagle here. Once again, I've been saying it so many times before. Norwegians and Deagles, they're freaking born with it. Because here we go with Hellfire being able to find one. At least Nether's going to be able to find a trade, but it's going to be 2 versus 3. Actually, 1 versus 3. Nether needs to trade it and actually going to be burning up. And, well, that's the 6th round, and all of a sudden, we do see 2 AKs once again being saved here from Sweden Grep. Even though they're winning rounds, they're not building any sort of bank either, and that's, you know, that's, I don't know.
It's such a fragile way to play CT, because if you do end up losing a round, you're back to square one. And I think, as Frisorin is saying here, that they played 4 players last game and nearly lost to it. I think this may come down to them just not having the day. They're just not hitting their shots.
Exactly, we did actually see Persona saying it's Suda almost lost to 4 players last game. Today is not a good day, maybe, and I would definitely agree to that statement. It doesn't look like we're gonna be having an easy time here for Suda Get, but now they've all of a sudden made a huge turn here. Slushy needs to get this frag, surely gonna be able to do so. Now it's gonna be pushing towards its spawn, but Hellfire is there with the AWP. Throws down a flash now as well, and it's gonna be tough for Netter 1-on-3, but it is possible. He just needs to find a quick frag. See what I mean with Cassicurs, right? You see what I mean? I should shut up.
He walked into that one.
Yeah, sure. It's not my fault. I'm really in the middle of everything here, Insanity. I don't know what to think. Like, is it... Like, On the Bike is in the lead. They're by far the best performing team on the server at the moment. But Sudan Gep also making some sort of a comeback, picking up 3 AWPs. I mean, everything can happen.
I think this is a game that's not going to be over until it's over. It can switch. It can flip. We both know both teams are capable of doing quite insane things. So, I mean, it's not going to be over until it's over, and I think that's going to be showcased here. Sudan Gep definitely need to start making a bit of a bank, though, so it's not as fragile. But, yeah, so far looking good. Sunix getting 1.
Yeah, Morok is also there with AWP, finding Nether. Here comes Slushy. Free kill for him. But it's going to be forcing himself back. Actually, he should stay there. He does have a good teammate just holding for him right now. Help each other out. There we go with Synix. And yeah, that's a good round from Sudan Gep. Or actually, not a good round. They lost 2 members. Again. They're losing a lot of economy.
Yeah, it's... Oh, we also see the triple up. that's how they play. So, I mean...
Was from the previous round as well, you know, they have to... You'd said it yourself. They have to change something up. And they're picking up another AWP. Maybe that helps. I don't know. I'm just a caster. There's a reason to why I'm a caster, not a player.
But if you can't land the spray, I'm going to buy the one gun that doesn't require a spray. You just click.
Exactly. All I need to do is just make sure my crosshair is in the right position exactly at the same time as I press mouse 1. That's the important part. Here we go with Slushy. Looking for that CT. Oh, actually, they're going to be flashing up, so this could potentially be an entry. Yes, with Atlek. Oh, he gets one. He knows about a second. He's just going to be waiting for it, but it's going to be taken down. Synix, great job there, Spirit. It's going to be holding the angle towards Palace. Never's going to be taken down there as well. You can see full bike coming up from, or is on the table here for On the Bike, but they've not been able to find the frags necessary in order to actually pick up this round either. They only need 3 more rounds in order to take this win.
Yeah, and Synix goes down, and it's a 3v3, kind of favorable towards the terrorists, but they are looking to end B, which is the strong point. So going to go down to some aim duels now. Hellfire does go down. RCV pushing close to Truck as well. Gets shot down by Aim. Aim, you're going to need to step up. Gets another one. 2v1. Slushy with the AWP. That's a bit of a retake. The bomb is down. Aim. Slushy. It's a 1v1, just playing time. Cat and mouse. Aggressive hit. Tries to look for him. Does miss shot. Aim does win that duel. Expensive round for Sira, but they do pick up another one, and it's 13-9. The scoreline is closing.
It is actually closing, and now they've removed... Oh, hold on 1 second. There we go. Now we can talk again. Sorry about your headphone users. Rogue and Synix has been picking up the AWPs. They've scrapped that last AWP because they've started to get the momentum on the side. And Rogue is actually going to go aggressive there, being able to find Slushy as well. So let's see if Aim in a good position. Our CV, it's going to be taken down. They're still looking for that second frag, but it's not going to work out. Obviously, they're playing against deagles, but I got to give one thing to Sudan Gep. They actually have a better eco rounds.
Yeah, I think, I definitely agree. And Syria looks like they're starting to wake up. This is still, I mean, On the Bike is still very much so in the lead, but it is closing up. And I'm starting to wonder if this gets close, how much of an impact is that going to have on the Bike? The fact that they had that amazing lead, and now it's really closing up. I mean, yeah, that's not easy to handle.
No, I definitely agree. And now, if we were to be just thinking a little bit outside the box, right, or just thinking a little bit louder. We've seen MXD. MXD is done. They are already in the final. They're going to be facing off against whoever wins here. How do you think MXD is going to be standing against both of these two teams? We can take it actually after this push.
Yeah, let's deal with this push first. It's a slow push. It starts off quick and then slow. So you're getting only 1 for their efforts here. Does get 2, but it's a 3v2 so far. Aim, can you find a kill? No. Bomb is yet to go down though. It's a lot of time left, obviously. It's early on the round. It's a 2v3 here. Bomb should go down, and that makes it really tricky. We do have rifles only currently. There's no AWPs to play in here. Not a lot of utility from CT, but does get just a straight out kill. Do have 2 Molotovs and a smoke still left. Both terrorist players quite low on HP. That's 33. Molly's going to come out.
Ooh!
Siggy gets a kill.
That. Oh. Yeah, I did not expect that to happen. I mean, if you look at Siggy, he's down to like 4 HP or something. He should have gone down with that Molotov, but 14 rounds on the board. Money situation, they're going to be able to go for a... I mean, they're going to be able to go for the buy with the weapons, but the utilities is actually going to be the ones taking the tool here for Sudan Gap. They have 4 smokes to work with. Obviously, Spirit going with the Swag 7 now just to make sure that he can afford a smoke or some sort of weapon at least and a utility. But this is a very crucial round. Otherwise, it's going to be match point plus Sudan Gap is not going to be having any money.
Yeah, and it's not a great start to the round. Definitely not a great start to the round. Cynic's aim both goes down. We have Spirit playing close ramp. They have no info on Palace, whereas RCV is pushing out slowly. He will now get some info. The question here is timing. Spirit should have seen him there. I'm not sure if he actually did or not. It doesn't appear like he did. So they have no info on this. RCV is going to call that clear. They have no info on Spirit, and Spirit's going to get the entirety of the push into himself. Questionable how much he can do here with a Mag 7, though.
Yeah, but the good thing here for him is that the terrorist has already decided to go aggressive here towards the B side. So if there were to be that he wanted to interrupt the plant, which he didn't, yeah, you know what? I think this is going to be GG. Once again, there's no point. I was trying to build up something, but it just looked like it's going to hold.
You're like, this is what's working out. This is what's working out. Meanwhile, 2 of his friends die, and you're like, ah, shit. Yeah. That's not going to work out. Never mind.
Feels freaking bad, man. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Only Deagles. I've talked about it before. So you don't get it. Has had better eco rounds. So it could potentially be that they're going to be able to pick this one home, especially if they're decided to push the B site on the bike, because that's when they've been taken down the most. That's going to be a counter flash. Atlic is going to be pushing anyway. Doesn't really matter. They're going to be able to go into towards site. Here goes Hellfire. He's going to be able to find the first one. He's going to be looking for a second as well. He's going to be able to shoot a bullet at least, but he's not going to be able to connect it. Spirit in a good position. He's going to be able to find one as well. It's going to be a 3 versus 4. As for now, Spirit's going to be going aggressive with the Deagle once again, but not going to be able to connect the bullet. Slush is going to be able to find Spirit. Cynics finds Netter, and there's still a terrorist just inside a window there, just watching him. And Hellfire's like, hey, you're free to kill. And here goes Atlic. 1 on 3. Finds the first. He's going to be looking for a second as well now. He does have an AWP here, Cynics. Meanwhile, he knows that aim is probably going to be on the opposite side, so he needs to go in for some sort of a peek here. Cynics is going to be going in with the Deagle. Wide peek, shoulder peek. Do something. Atlic. He's going to be taken down. It's actually going to be 15 to 11. So you don't get still in this game somehow.
Whew. Damn Deagles. Damn Deagles. As you said, I mean, they've had good forces so far. Not massively expected to take that round, but they do actually end up clutching it, and they do get somewhat of a decent buy here. Do get the AWP, bit low on the UT on some of the players, but yeah, I mean, Syria, they don't want to go out.
Nope, they are here to keep on fighting, but the question is, how long are they going to be forced to fight for? On the bike, once again, as I was saying, they are very, very strong in the way they're playing. And I don't think that they're going to be allowing Sudan Gap to actually do something like this.
Rough start to the round. Both Cynics and Spirit goes down, but a good trade back in. So all of a sudden, it flips. It's the, you know, the Casser thing. 2v2, however. Rote loses that fight to Siggy, goes down. Hellfire all alone. It all comes down to what you can do right now. Get Siggy. Gets the first one. Important. The pack is down. He has 1 Molotov and he does have kit. That's a deep ramp. Molly, well, it actually didn't go that deep. He does have info now from the flash. Goes for the spray. Misses it. Only 15 HP left. No bullets and goes down.
Dude, that was actually close. That was really close for him to go down.
Yeah, I mean, if he had some extra bullets there, he probably would have taken that fight, but actually just ends up without bullets.
Yeah, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to mean that On a Bike is going to be moving into the finals, and they're going to be facing off against MXD. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to go anywhere. Who is going to be facing, who is going to be representing Norway in King of Nordic on Friday? You will be able to find it out just after our little break. We'll be right back.
By Valdi in Potegri. Oh my god!
Damn! Yo! He's acing it! He's acing it!
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Only one country to take it all. To show the others who is truly the King of Nordic.
You can qualify into the King of Nordic by visiting one of our partners. Sweden, SwedishProLeague.se. Finland, CSGOFinland.fi. Denmark, Esport.dk. And Norway, Gamer.no.
Again, 'cause I've been running round in circles, screaming out your name. Take me to a different place. Just the two of us, and we can stay up all night.
By Valdi in category. Oh my god!
Damn! Yo, yo, yo! Yo! He's acing it! He's acing it!
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Only one country to take it all. To show the others who is truly the king of Nordic.
You can qualify into the King of Nordic by visiting one of our partners. Sweden, SwedishProLeague.se. Finland, CSGOFinland.fi. Denmark, esport.dk. And Norway, Gamer.no. This match is brought to you by Cooler Master.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finals here in the Norwegian qualifiers. Hope you guys are ready. My name is Creative. I'm sitting here once again with Insanity. Make sure to follow him on Twitter, InsanityTGTV. And my name is Creative, of course, on Twitter if you'd like to go in and hit that follow button as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the finals. MXD Monkeys versus On The Bike. Two teams that we've seen now in action in both the quarterfinals, but also the semifinals. What is your opinion now, Insanity? It is going to be a very tight game, I think.
I absolutely agree. I think this is going to be really tight. I think we're going to see a long game here. We've seen On The Bike on Mirage. We know they're strong. We know they play well as a team. They have good cohesion. We also saw MXD earlier in the night. That was not on Mirage, but they did seem strong. So yeah, I believe this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to go quite far in the way of rounds. Looking forward to see what they have to offer.
Indeed, indeed. And also, now that I've got your guys' attention here in the Twitch chat, we do have a giveaway going on right now together with Cooler Master, where you can win a Master Liquid ML240L V2 RGB. You can win it by competing in this poem, which is a fill-in-the-blank contest. Air is silver, water is gold, but cooling with blank might be a bit too bold. If you do have a fun idea, creative answer to help us fill out the poem, you have a good opportunity to win this beautiful Massive Liquid ML240L V2 RGB from Cooler Master. So make sure to type !contest, follow the link to our Facebook, and you have a great chance of winning this. But now we do have Counter-Strike that we're going to be watching, obviously. Now, as we've been talking about, this is going to be very tough. Do you think this game could somehow just swift on one or the other side during knife round, depending on where you get to start?
No, I don't think so. I mean, both sides here they're players that they're not new to CS. They know they have to play both sides anyway. I don't think knife will have an impact.
Alright, well, the knife round is about to begin. We have John and Jiggle Peak, Mentals, Awath, The Troke, and United. They won their previous game 16-4, which was very, very dominated win. I'm not sure, but they actually played on Mirage, didn't they? Now that I think of it. Delay Esports, let's see. No, they actually play on Vertigo. So yeah. There we go. Alright, knife rounds. Troke. Yep, that is going to be a convincing win coming in from On The Bike. That means that the T side is going to be started by MXD. It's going to be very interesting to see, because what we've seen so far, Insanity, is on the Bike, on a CT side, being very strong.
I mean, yeah, they were surprisingly convincing, taking a lot of rounds. So, but it's going to come down to the pistol, and even in the last match, we saw On The Bike, they dropped the pistol. They got the consecutive rounds after. But pistol is going to be exciting here. We even see a revolver, which is rare.
Yeah, Johnny G go pick, right? Yep. All right, well, let's see. Here we go with Slushy on the M4 or M4, the USP. I mean, it's gonna be going in for the kills, but doesn't really manage to get a connected bullets. It's actually gonna be Mentals and a Wath that are just fine to trade. But look at Sigi, that is a beautiful reaction. Not only that, but 3 members fall down immediately. Mentals now also going to be all by himself after Johnny Jigglepeak goes down to Nether, and not a lot of HP here on the CTs, but at the same time, Mentals, it's gonna be tough for him. It's still a 1 versus 3, even though they're down on low HP.
Yeah, I think that's really strong from Nether and mid there, and also the bomb being down. That's a rough place for Mental. It's going to be a really hard take here. It's going to need to swing wide at one point. Closes up the ramp. Does get the frag. Knows the other one CT. Goes for the fight and wins it. Mental's picking up the round. Good stuff from MXD.
Nice HUD, Creative. What? MXD win! Let's go. But what do you mean nice HUD? Isn't it nice HUD? MXD monkeys? Huh? Not showing. Oh, or well, shut up. Shut up. Not okay. Alright, Johnny Jigglepeak. Obviously in a good position now to help each other around. And Wath is gonna be able to find the entry. Slush is going to be going down. The Troke is going to be looking now to go in from the B apps, and he's actually going to be able to find it first. Finds the information in about a second, but they don't know about him in the corner there. But they're going to soon be able to find out. Let's see. Oh, they're actually blocking, but they made it work. They do have one on site. Netar being able to find 2, and that's going to be the last remaining frag. 2-0 for MXD Monkeys.
Yeah, MXD losing some players, but they did what Serum didn't manage to, and they pick up the consecutive round, which is really important once you get the pistol round. People sometimes kind of get a bit easy. They win the pistol round. They're like, yeah, great. Now we get 2 rounds. And then they end up losing the consecutive round. MXD keeping an eye on the prize to get that consecutive round. 2 on the board. This should be a fairly easy round. They're up against pretty much just USP with a couple of nades.
Here we go, Netter. Oh, that's a good flash, actually. And it's going to be able to find the first Frank there as well. Rest of the towers is actually just going to be getting ready to attack against these guys now. And that's 1, 2, 3. And using... Oh, he's very bold facing off against an AK with a Glock. That is something you usually don't do, but I guess that works out for that time. Mentals is going to be able to find the last one there as well. 3-0, so not a great start here for on the bike as we perhaps expected it to, but MXD really starting off in a rough way that on the bike is going to be probably a little bit scared of facing off against, even with weapons now.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, MXD lose 1 player, but they get the AK and they get like 3 kills with the Mac 10. So, I mean, money-wise, that's grand. So this is going to be quite an exciting round. Bit of a failed smoke there, but looks like a fairly default one. United picking up the entry on RCV. Going for that mid-take.
Yeah, here we go, Sigi. Aggressively towards short. Going to be able to find 1, but it's going to be taken down immediately from Johnny Jigglepeak. That also means that Netar needs to smoke off the area here to give himself a little bit more room to work with. Meanwhile, it's going to be going in for the peak. It does manage to do a lot of damage, but it's going to be taken down. Trope comes in from apps. Now, they do have the B site and the 2 remaining CTs. They're not going to be having a lot to say against this. I mean, either they go for it or either they go for a save, and I think they should go for a save, especially since it's a 2 versus 4. It's too many terrorists.
Yeah, absolutely agree here. It does look like Slushy won a challenge, maybe just to get for the AWP. I don't know, but double AWP now saved. Looks like they're going to be going for the save. Adlik be running away. They do go for the exit start, making some damage on the way out for the terrorist. Yeah, I mean, MXD get that first pick, and then they just... a call is made, and they just push down short, get that trade in. And yeah, I mean, it's not magic. It's fairly simple CS, but they're doing it well, and that's what's important.
Gus in the chat. MXD is only winning because Johnny Jigglepeak is playing. Well, nice try, Gus. Let's see, who is the top fragger? Mentals? What? Not Johnny. Oh, you see that 0k, 2 assists, 13 damage, death. The tag that Mentals have, and Awath.
Yep, see it.
Yep, that's a meme from when I was casting. Mentals, that is actually United's score in one game. Here we go. Stroke is going to be going aggressive, being able to find one, but it's going to be Sigi and Atlik being able to find a couple of frags here as well, using the AWP. His RCV being able to find one as well. It's going to be 4 vs 2 all of a sudden, and it looks like Mentals and Johnny Jigglepika is going to be able to do a lot of damage, and they do have the information about one CT to work short. Here goes Slushy being able to find the first one. It's going to be 16 HP here for Johnny Jigglepika. It's going to be looking for the CT coming around the corner. Is going to be able to find him as well. Slushy on the AWP. Now they're going to be looking for one way and another. Johnny Jigglepika clutches it. 3 kill for himself and a hat trick to take home and put it on the trophy shelf.
Johnny, that's just insane. I mean, that push initially looked like it was going to fail. On the bike, misses a few duels. It suddenly becomes close, and then Johnny just pops off, clears it around. MXD takes it, 5 on the board, fairly quickly, fairly convincingly, I must add. And now, looking to be a quick A.
Yeah, indeed, they know that they're going to be facing off against just pistols, and Johnny Jigglepika obviously a little bit slow on that one, but the Troke is going to be there to help out, being able to find the first one. Yes, indeed, it's going to be RCV going down with the Deagle. Awath is going to be able to find Slushy. Now they're still going to be looking for any more entries. Awath is going to be going around the corner, finds the Frank there onto Atlik as well. Mentals is there to help out. Now it's all down to Netter, and there's probably not much he's going to be able to do. Does find one, however, and that's actually going to be better than expected, to be fair, especially when it looks like MXD is just running over their opponents here in the first 6 rounds.
I mean, this is convincing so far, and I think On The Bike really needs to start at this point. They do need to get a hold on this half, or MXD is just going to run away with it. MXD pretty much just running as a group. They're not really doing anything special. It's just a pure aim and just a power. I don't know what you want to call it. Show of force, I suppose, is the right phrase.
No, but I agree. I mean, they're also very, very used to going in for these sort of trades kills. When there is somebody going down, they have to make sure to get the kill immediately. Here we go, Mentals actually being jumping up towards Palace, but it's going to be challenging here. Atlik is going to be able to find the first round. It's going to be Slushy finding the trade. Once again, though, with the AWP is going to be United here. Atlik being able to find a Wolf as well. Now it's actually MXD players moving down, and this one I think is going to be tough for Johnny Jigglepika. He's still alive, does not have the bomb, needs to find early frags if he gets one. For a second as well. It's going to be tough to try to do anything about this, and Slushy is going to be ready, just holding the angle, and just indeed, Slushy is going to be able to find it. So that's the first round on the board here for On The Bike.
It was a good round. I mean, Atlik being the absolute MVP of that round gets the first frag as well as the second on the guy jumping on site. So denying the bomb, I would have assumed would have gone down at that point. Absolutely fantastic round by him. We do have to point out 2 people from the CD side did go down, so Money not looking great.
No, exactly, but they do have a decent buy at least, with the 2 AWPs and also the M4s. But the thing is, MXD is, once again, they're playing the same way they've done before. They're just trading together. Look at this. There's no possible way to be able to bring all of them down if you don't just hit immediate headshots on every single member of MXD. Here we go. That's a good flash net. It's going to be White, and overall it's going to be able to find one. It's going to be taken down from a Wolf, and all down to Slushy. He shouldn't be going for this. 1 on 3 once again. Mentals and a Wolf down on very low HP though, however, Insanity. But it doesn't really matter when you have an AWP as your main weapon.
I mean, if you had a rifle, but even then you wouldn't go for this, I would assume, because the AWP can be a great impact on a map like Mirage, so having it for the second or the next round might be worth. Even gets time to get taken down here. Again, as you say, massive, just MXD moving like a group, becoming more so than a firing squad and just killing people. And as you say, it's really hard to deal with. There's no flashes from On The Bike. We said this in the pregame. On The Bike, the last match, they flashed each other out. They helped each other. There's none of that going on right now. They're just taking the fights, and they're being punished by it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And with their force that is coming in right now, it kind of looks like MXD is going to be splitting up a little bit, though. However, might be underestimating their opponents because they've been getting 7 rounds in a row, but at the same time, they need to be careful because On The Bike could actually just flip the script and just start dominating all of a sudden, really. Here comes a Molotov. It's going to be Mentals being able to find a frag. It's going to be taken down from Netter, and that means that the bomb is in an awkward position, and the Troke is in a 1 versus 1 against Netter, and he's a master at deagles.
Also important here is the Troke is actually on half HP, so one shot at the chest or neck region, even if it's not a headshot, could kill him. Full utility here on the Troke. This should be at least a bomb plant. But after that, it's a bit of a 50-50. Now, he has no info. He has old info that Nether was jungled, but that may not be relevant anymore. We know it is, but Troke doesn't necessarily know that it's relevant. Has to clear all angles, even CT. Nothing is safe anymore, which makes this a bit of a tricky kind of situation. It's a 1v1 with no info. You have the utility. You need to use the smoke, but this can go either way at this point.
Yeah, but I think he's starting to realize where he can come from. It's either slope or connector, is what he's thinking at least. Let's see if that's going to be the case. He could be going down here. Oh, he actually saw him. I think he saw him. Oh, well, actually, Nether gives away his position now. That was a little bit dumb. But Troke now has the information. He's going to be going for the plant. Notes that he has a couple of seconds on him. And he also has the utilities. He just needs to wait. But it doesn't want to give the... oh, that is a beautiful play from the Troke. Very smart play. Very patient as well. Just waiting, basically, to see what's happening and what's going on.
Yeah, well played by the Troke. And I mean, Nether going for that deagle shot. He could see the head. I assume that's why he shot. But I think maybe holding it there, getting a bit closer, playing off the fact that the terrorist didn't have the info would have been the right play. He didn't do that. He went for the shot. He missed it. And therefore, you know,
yeah,
he lost it. So.
I saw Johnny Jigglepeak trying to smoke off mid. But MXD is only winning because of him. Freaking NA smoke. Anyway, United. It's going to be going in for the long peek here. It's actually going to be able to find Slushy immediately. That's the Opper. Again, gone for the CTs. Atlic hiding now in connector. Might be pushed down from behind here. Yes, indeed. A Wath with a really patient play once again here. It's going to be taken down from Sigi from short throw. That, however, translates into being a 2 versus 3 in favor for on the bike.
Yeah, and again, MXD is just going for the M duels. And this round, granted, they didn't win out the training game, but this is just straight up pushes and like disrespectful kind of playing. And it has been working out, but now they are on the back foot. It's a 2v3. The Troik, what can he find here? He's going to be looking for some info before the push. Finds RCV here. And now the A is open for taking.
Yeah, indeed, Nether is still close by, though, playing a very smart CS, but there is Troke helping out, and now it's all done to Sigi. The question again, should he go for this? I mean, they don't have a lot of economy saving this M4 for the next round to hold down B site. That could be really good, but now he's been given away his position. They know exactly where he is. They're going to be going in for the aim challenge. Troke is going to be able to do a lot of damage, eventually take him down. That's 9 rounds in a row. I did not expect 9-1 scoreline against On The Bike.
No, me neither. I think this is a bit of an upset. On The Bike looked really solid in the previous game. Whether he should go for it or not, I don't know. I mean, the scoreline is such, and I think maybe going for it is the right choice. Yeah, it's a 5v5, and only Deagle's currently on the bike, which is going to be rough. But you know, never underestimate it.
At least not Nether. He is very consistent when it comes to playing the Deagle. Slushy, on the other hand, is going to be having help from Atlic, and there it is. Siggy once again finding Johnny Jigglepeak. Mentals. Oh, there's Slushy again. Dude, the Deagles are not to mess around with against On The Bike. They are very powerful together with those Deagles.
At this point, they might as well just play Deagles. They're doing so well with them. I mean, their shots are insane. So
very true. I guess we just have to find out. I mean, if you take a look at the money situation here for MXD, it's obviously they're going to be able to go for the buy. They're going to be able to go for AKs. Perhaps Johnny is not going to be able to go for maybe utilities, but he's going for the utilities, buying an SMG instead. That could be a smart place. Perhaps even a B push is what we're going to be seeing here. Yep, looks like it. Not going to be any problems. Johnny might be the one going in first. Maybe go for an execute first here, MXD. Meanwhile, though, we do have Siggy together with Nether. That is going to be the ones defending, and there are actually going to be 3 terrorists coming from mid. They're going to be able to find first. Looking for a second as well. No, there's not going to be able to get any sort of bullets in there. Meanwhile, they're pushing aggressively. United's going to be able to cover up Mentals there in that situation. Nether in a good position. Lines them almost up. He knows that there's 1 terrorist down there. RCV is going to be able to pick him out. And all of a sudden, MXD not managing to make it work anymore. Maybe on the bike has been able to find a way to counter it.
Yeah, it looks like MXD gets locked down in mid there, and that kind of causes the entire push to collapse. I mean, the people in apps were waiting for the contact to then go on, but the contact never came, and they just had to go for it and gets taken out quite easily. Good round from on the bike. They definitely needed it. Now the job is to close out the remaining rounds, and this looks like it's going to be a quick palace play.
Yeah, indeed, with the smokes of flash being thrown out from Mentals together with his teammates a Troke, and here we go with Slushy being able to find one. It's going to be going down, and Walls able to be able to find the trade. RCV through the smoke here. It's going to be looking to get the bomb planter before it bomb goes down. Doesn't really succeed with that. 3 versus 4, still in favor here for on the bike, and it looks like it's not going to be any problems to try to retake this side either, unless the Troke can do magic, and it's been able to find one. Does a lot of damage. Mentals is there to help out. Netter with the AK, not going to be any problems. Here it goes with the last frag, and it's at like... But still 3 frags going down, plus a bomb plant for MXD. This is actually looking good for them.
Yeah, and I praised on the bike the previous game for having clean rounds. And this was definitely not a clean round. I mean, that's super expensive as well as giving away the bomb. So we're going to see low economy now on the CT side. Granted, the economy on T side is going to be low if they lose this, but this is the round of contention, and MXD is going to be looking really good, I think.
Yeah, once again, full buy coming up from MXD here as well. Slushy picking up the AWP, heading out towards mid instead of city spawn this time. You can see that there is going to be MXD pushing out with 3 members towards mid as soon as possible, I believe. Just smoking up a window first, making sure that Slush is going to be forced out of his position. United making some sound here towards the B sites. Still a lot happening, even though there's nothing happening. All comes down to really the information, and Siggy might be able to get some information out towards mid here. Slushy being able to find a Wath. Siggy finds one frag at least for himself. Now rotating to back towards the B side. And once again, we don't see that powerhouse that we saw from MXD earlier going together or just running over any opponents they see.
We've seen this in the past games as well, where like a team has a winning formula and then just randomly goes away from it. But that being said, Troke does pick up an entry here. 3v4, it's not an unwinnable situation. We do have a terrorist in con as well. Looks like this might end towards A. However, Slushy is definitely in the position to defend this push.
Well, it didn't look like that was going to be going in favor for them. Mentals is staying alive, though, having an AK-47 to work with. But the 1-on-4 is going to be a tough one, especially with 37 seconds left to play with. Netter going in for the peak here. Oh, Mentals wins that duel, but at what cost? Goes down to 38 HP now. Looking to fake towards the A side. Goes in for the peak here towards B apartments or kitchen. Not going to work out. 5 rounds on the board here for on the bike. Obviously, a first bike's going to be coming up here from MXD. Question is where they're going to be going.
We saw on the bike struggle on the terror side in the previous game. So, I mean, this could be a strong game from MXD. It's all going to come down to the pistol and, of course, this final round and a half.
Full B rush. Let's see what this is going to be, where this is going to be going. We do have Siggy. We do have Netter. Those are the ones who's going to be trying to defend here. Let's see. Siggy's going to be able to go for the first kill. Not going to be able to commit it to it. Gets 2 before going down. That is actually huge. Stroke still alive, though. However, going for the bomb plant now. Nobody to contest it. 3 versus 4. Troke is, again, being able to get the information there about Short. And United getting Netter there as well. Standing inside the Molotov to Troke. A little bit bold in that situation, but now they're lining them up. And all of a sudden, United could potentially be able to find those frag. Actually messed up that grenade. Otherwise, it would have been kill. But it doesn't really matter. It's going to be double digits. That is the first half, ladies and gentlemen. 10-5 MXD in the lead here. And that gives me an opportunity to tell you guys about our giveaway that we have together with Cooler Master, where you can win an ML240L V2 RGB. Type exclamation mark contest, follow the link to our Facebook page, and fill in the blank. You can win this Master Liquid ML240L V2 RGB by completing this poem. Air is silver. Water is gold. But cooling with blank might be a bit too bold. If you do have any sort of idea what you would like to put into that blank area, make sure to go into our Facebook and you can win this beautiful, beautiful Master Liquid from Cooler Master.
Got a pistol coming out here. Looks like it's going to be a quick mid take so far. Might be the all around the world, or Snake, as we saw in the previous game. Time will show, but at least taking the fights here in mid. Picking up connector. Looks like it's going to be the same as we've seen previously, going down underpass. Last time, this ended up going back into mid and then into con, but they might be fought here by Johnny. Takes the fight. Johnny is exposed, does get one before falling. Can he get more? Yeah, gets the second one. Siggy trades him out though. Mentals, ready for the push. Misses the first few bullets. Get taken down by Siggy. This should be a plant.
Should definitely be. And all comes down to now with the retake if it's going to be working out or not. United actually killing his teammate. I don't think that's the right way to retake a site here, Insanity.
No, I think that's a bad choice. Still, 3v2, not impossible. The Troke sees him bench. Can he get the peak as he stands up? He doesn't actually stand up. But United gets taken out by Slushy. That's a 3v1. That's tricky. No kit as well. Does get taken out by Siggy. That is 6-10 on the bike. Starting this half the right way, at least.
10 rounds on the board here for MXD still. They're going to be going for some sort of a force buy here. Meanwhile, on the bike, has 3 Galils and 2 AK-47s to work with. I don't think they are going to take this lightly. They do have a couple of rounds they need to catch up on. And with the 2 SMGs Johnny Jigo, Peak, and Mentals have, I think it could be a good challenge for MXD to, or a good idea to try to challenge. But it all comes down to what is going to happen. Here we go with the Troke going down first of all. Oh, Johnny Jigglepee going for an aggressive way here, and they're expecting it actually. Here is Siggy finding that frag, looking for a second as well. Mentals goes down. That is not a smart play from MXD.
It is indeed. Granted, it doesn't work, but at least MXD, they're trying to do something here. They have a plan behind it. It fails, so it is. You know, at least there's a plan. That's the right thing there. At like even taking down a Wolf and only United left with a scout. I mean, it's at this point, I'm not sure if you just try and get yourself an AK or if you save it for the next round. It's a bit, yeah, it's a bit of a gray area. I think it comes down to personal preference more so than anything else.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Let's see with all of this. RCV, find the last one. Yes, indeed, it's not going to be any problems. United is going to be taken down. 7 rounds on the board. We do see MXD now. It's going to be forced to an eco. Question is what they're going to be coming up with. Obviously, upgraded pistols. Johnny Diego Pigos with the R8. For those of you who don't understand that, well, my HUD is messed up. But we do have upgraded pistols at least on MXD. I'm not sure, dude. I'm not sure. This is going to be very interesting. 3 CTs towards A immediately, but RCV finds the entry here. Johnny Jigo Peak does not manage to get an Insanity.
Oh, it goes for the R8 peak, and I mean, who can blame him? It's fun, but it doesn't work out, and even 2 more member goes down. Not the start MXD wanted for this round. Normally, when you see upgraded guns like you, or upgraded pistols as you did there, you tend to have a plan behind it. The only plan that seemed to be forming there was that Johnny was going to go for a peak, and other than that, it seemed fairly standard, which isn't really a good way to deal with the upgraded pistols. We now have Slushy all the way in CT spawn, going for the peak. This looks really rough for MXD so far.
Yeah, indeed. All down to Troke. Well, he could interrupt the bot. No, actually not. Never mind. All right, 8 to 10. This is where you guys in the chat needs to give energy. If you want on the bike to get their comeback and win this one, you should definitely type it in the Twitch chat. If you do want MXD to go ahead and win and get back the momentum, you need to type it in chat as well. People, make your voices heard. Vote for... no, I'm just kidding. I'm missing. I was going full American there. Vote for Biden! No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, 3 out towards mid. On their bike loose. Here we go, Siggy United. There's gonna be a couple of francs going there in favor, or actually trades going in favor for on the bike. Since they're on the T side, they still have dropped the bomb, however, so they need someone to rotate back. No aggression comes in from the CTs as well. They're still gonna be playing it very passive. We do have a good position on Mentals, holding close towards mid, now connector or short. But there we go, Troke being able to find first. Troke might be able to find a second. Yes, he does. So now once out towards mid, Mentals finds the frag onto Atlic as well, all down to Slushy. And this is where it all comes down to. I mean, sure, they do have enough economy here on the bike to buy up Insanity, but it kind of feels like MXD, a very momentum-based team. When they start to get a couple of frags, and everything turns in their favor. And I kind of feel like that is how it is for a couple of rounds. And then on the bike, starting to adapt once again, starting to feel how that's going to work out. I'm not sure how this game is going to end. If it's going to be on the bike actually being able to go to a comeback, or if Slushy is going to be able to find a kill on Johnny Jigglepeak 3 versus 1. This should not be any problems for MXD.
No problems indeed. He does go down, but that's a bomb plant and an extra kill at the exit of that round. So, I mean, they still do a lot of damage, and the economy for MXD isn't great. I agree. I think both teams are fairly momentum-based. But that being said, right now, both teams are fairly null set in their economy. It's fairly even. Both are fairly fragile. Right now, on the bike does have a bit of money, but both sides are fragile on the economy. So snowballing isn't as easy. So I think this is still like on a knife's edge. It doesn't go either way.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But it is an 11th round on the board, full buy, obviously, as we expected from on the bike. Question is what they're going to be doing. Looks like an aggressive Molotov is actually going to be working out here a little bit for MXD. They're forcing the CT out. Oh my god, take a look at that shot from Droke. A Wath United, and all of a sudden it's Netter and RCV. They're going to be able to find one trade each at least, but there is more CTs to come in. United getting the frag onto RCV. Now they're going to be pushing through the smoke here as well. Splash out. Johnny Jigglepick does not care for 1 single second, and he picks up another frag onto Netter, and the 12th round on the board here for MXD. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. Once again, the Troke has been an amazing player when it comes down to playing, obviously, today. I mean, he's been on point all of the games.
He's been solid, and I think this is how you dismantle a push like 101. They did a great job of just dismantling it. There was a massive gap in the smoke as well. The push never really got off its feet, and it's... Now we see the low buy from on the bike. Most likely this is around MXD should stay strong at least, and the push is coming in quickly now. Massive damage on with the nades. 2 goes down, 3 goes down. That's the 4th and the 5th. Easy as that.
Sold to Insanity.
Yes, MXD 13 on the board. I mean, they're looking strong. On the bike really needs... This is the round they need to make a dent in the economy and also the momentum, as you mentioned, by MXD.
Suren, what do you think about my signing now? Be like, our signing. Amazing playing when it comes to playing confirmed. Yeah, dude. I'm the best at speaking English. You know, it's my native language. I'm not Swedish whatsoever, and this is my secondary language, but I try my best, but sure, yeah. Here we go. With United, close range, finds Slushy there. Not going to be any problems. 13-8 still, and a 4 versus 3 situation. Johnny Jigglepeak knows that there is probably going to be somebody taking a peek on him. Atlas or Atlic. Oh my god. Oh, take a look at that play. Atlic was actually ready for something similar. Didn't perhaps expect Johnny Jigglepeak to push out from that window. Trying to play a little bit more safe. Could have perhaps been a little bit better, but now there's just one CT on the B site, and they're going to be going straight into towards B and try to take it over Insanity.
Yeah, that's a disrespectful play in the mid there. Now they're taking B. There's one defender still left at far here. Doesn't actually get a kill and goes down. That's a 3v2. That's a 2-player retake. That's tricky. Get smoked off. Do get the kill. That's a 2v2. Equals it out. United low with the ult. The Troke with 48 HP. Both have kits. 1 flash to go off of. Definitely a strong setup currently for Terror. United creeping through the smoke. Can he find the first frag? No, goes down. It's all up to the Troke, and he also goes down. I wonder if that disrespectful play in mid, that might come back to haunt them.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree. MXD now starting to feel like they are perhaps not underestimating, but they're trying to just do these sort of cheeky plays, trying to surprise their opponents a little bit too much. I think what they should do is just step back, play their original game plan, which is just to play a little bit more passive, try to work each other, and make sure to use the utilities, hold the crossfires. You know, that is stuff that I think is going to be very, very good for MXD overall. Here comes the A execute, however, and once again we do have the Troke is going to be in the most exposed position perhaps, but he's going to be smoked off here. He's actually going to smoke off himself, extends into a position. He's actually going to be going down. That's not good for him, and all of a sudden we do have on the bike having the A side for free.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard from here, but Terror doesn't really take a lot of real estate here, more so than anything. They have planted for ramp though, so it's a good plant. It's a 5v4 and the retake is going to be rough. We do have some utility left. It's coming out now. We see the smoke towards Palace. Retake's going to come in now with a double peak with the off from CT. A lot of UTs being traded all across the board. Swinging wide. What can they find here? Mental's find the first. Gets traded out. That's 2 down for MXD. 2v4. 1 more goes down. It's looking rough. Even Johnny can't deal with that. And I think that's a fair shout. 10-13. Look at the money for MXD.
Yeah, once again, they have to decide what they're going to be doing for this round. I mean, obviously, they could potentially... One thing I usually do on the CT side is just buy 1 flash, or at least 2 flash, one on 2 players. So 1 flash over slope, the other 1 flash inside slope, and then just go aggressive with the USPs. Try to get at least 1 or 2 weapons to work with, or save at least for the next round. But it looks like MXD does not want to go for any sort of aggressive play here. They just want to play it simple, play it together, and try to play for the long run here. And I'm not sure if that's going to work out, because now we do see them pushing in towards B. It's going to be Johnny Jacob being able to find the first. One's going to look for a second as well. It's going to be Mentals on short, actually being able to find a frag there onto Nether. And that is Slushy inside window right now. Finds a trade. Not going to be any problems, but it's still 2 weapons here for MXD, and it could work out for them.
That being said, though, they do lose B. Bomb has yet to go down. It's a 2-player retake with 1 AK in hand. Double Kevlar. It is a rough retake. I'm unsure if they're going for it. Looks like at least Mentalist is looking for a peek hit. Does go down for his trouble, and the truck doesn't really have anything to save. Might just go for exits. But yeah, I agree with what you said. When you have the USP or the low buy, have a couple of flashes, go for some sort of coordinated play. I definitely think that's the right solution, more so than spreading out. But that being said, I mean, it nearly works out for them. So yeah, it's a good round kind of from both sides.
Actually, yeah. Troke, I'm not sure. I obviously wants to go for the exit frag. He's actually in a really decent position here to be able to find at least 1 or 2, and he actually does it. And he might even pick up the third. All depends on he's staying alive, and he does pick up all 3 of them and stays alive with 1 HP to play around with. That is actually going to do some economy damage for sure.
Yeah, I agree, and it will not have an effect on this round, but if on the bike should lose this round, it has like a ripple effect towards the next few rounds. So absolutely critical, well played by the Troke.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to now. They obviously MXD needs to do some sort of a change when it on towards this round. Now there is going to be some sort of an execute happening towards B. I think Johnny Jacob Pick is going to be able to get the information, actually preparing for what's about to happen as well, doing a lot of damage there with the grenade. And now all of a sudden they're going to be lining up here from United as well. It's going to be United being able to find Choose, going to be looking for the third as well. It's not going to be able to connect the bullets. Meanwhile, there's a lot of CTs on site, and they're actually going to be going aggressive, being able to find a couple of raid side. Yes, United picking up 3, picking up 4, might be going for the ace. It's actually a Wath, finding the last one there, but it's 14 rounds on the board here for MXD, and this is almost what we saw on the T side. Just as a force, they go aggressive.
Yeah, I agree. And now the damage that Troke did last round comes into effect as well. This is one of those things that we were talking about when we cast a train earlier. It doesn't matter if you get the site if you don't have any form of control outwards. I mean, on the bike, sure, they get down, they get the bomb, they get no info outwards on the site. They just get crushed. And, I mean, the round's over basically before it even starts.
Yeah, indeed. Here we go with on the bike. And not oh, they're actually gonna be going for this force bite. I kind of expected it. They're gonna be trying to go for the win here. Meanwhile, in MXD, they're still gonna be keeping up. The only thing they really updated was their utilities. But they're still going to be playing it safe. They need to... I think one way for on the bike to actually bring this back somehow is not to give away any sort of information for MXD. So when they go in for the executes, they have to be ready for the executes. When are they visible? When are they going to be able to figure out that we're going towards the A side, going towards the B side and stuff? Here we go. United. Awath once again. This is, ladies and gentlemen, potentially the first time Julius and Jengen, this time MXD Monkeys, will win the Norwegian qualifier and actually play on a Friday's King of Nordic. RCV is the only enemy remaining now for them to secure at least a match point.
Yeah, I agree. Looking strong, and on the bike, just getting absolutely dismantled, getting picked everywhere they go. It's looking rough right now for on the bike. It doesn't work going as a group. It doesn't work going solo or even double, but it's rough. MXD is gonna take this round so far almost flawlessly, and this is why with everyone. This is gonna be a really rough last round. Looks like RCV actually might just go for a save here. There's nothing he can do. The Galil might play an effect in the last round as well. Keep in mind that they have no loss bonus at this point, so the buy they're going to have on the last round is going to be atrocious.
Yeah, indeed. RCV is just going to be saving. It's a smart way for MXD to just play it safe, play it calm, play it collected. But they still need to pick up one more round. And usually, people are saying it most of the times, you know, the last round is the toughest to get.
Yeah, I agree. It's like kryptonite. It's just...
The Troke is my kryptonite. I can't curse them.
But it is the potential last round. It is match point so far for MXD. We got 4 AKs, 1 op, full utility against 1 AK and 4 Tech 9s. This is gonna be a quick play. I think it might just be either a quick mid or a quick beat. Looks like a quick beat. This is gonna be intense.
Let's see how this is gonna be panning out. We do have the execute. Oh, they're actually going to be going down towards mid instead. Question is if Mentals is going to be ready for this. He can hear steps and he gets 1, he gets 2, gets 3, gets almost a 4th there as well. It's going to be throwing down a grenade. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Julius Jingen or MXD. I don't know, but they're going to be representing Norway on King of Nordic on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first time for these guys to play in King of Nordic, but they've tried so many times before. Ladies and gentlemen, they got it. Insanity? Hype?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just amazed. I mean, yeah, I didn't expect it to be such a kind of distant scoreboard. The entire game has just been weird to me, and both teams played certain areas strong, but yeah, I mean, that's just such a clear way for MXD to win this, and yeah, I mean, well played to everyone on the server, but MXD and especially Troke has been playing really well. I mean, MVP for this game at least, and Johnny had some really good early frags in the early game, so I mean, everyone contributed. Definitely a really good map for MXD. Yeah, just GG across the board.
GG across the board indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that means that we do have who is going to be representing Norway on King of Nordic on Friday. It's been an honor and a pleasure once again to cast for you guys. Obviously, I've been very tired today, but fortunately, I've been having some great help from Insanity here. Just wanted to give that a shout out. Obviously, make sure to go and follow him on Twitter. Extremely talented caster. I'm just putting it out there once again, even online, so you can't say anything that I don't say anything. Anyway, thank you Insanity for being here and casting with me, and yeah, anything you'd like to say?
No, just you know, thank you for having me, and it's been 3 really fun matches, and it's been a really fun night. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, and GG to all players involved.
Indeed, and don't forget to check out our partner Cool and Master, and I mean, we have an amazing giveaway. Type !! contest, follow the link for our Facebook page, and you can participate in that beautiful competition that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Swedish qualifiers. Congratulations to MXD or Julius Jingen. Apparently not decided yet, but we're gonna be able to work things out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you Insanity once again, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
By Valdi подогрев. Oh my god!
Damn! Yo! He's acing it! He's acing it!
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Only one country to take it all. To show the others who is truly the King of Nordic.
With the
You can qualify into the King of Nordic by visiting one of our partners. Sweden, SwedishProLeague.se. Finland, CSGOFinland.fi. Denmark, esport.dk. And Norway, Gamer.no.